Football, a special Tuesday edition. Bobcats on the road this afternoon taking on Big Piney. 2A West Conference football game. A game, because it's on a Tuesday, because of the makeup, Big Piney was gracious enough to reschedule this game. They did not have to do that. And this was taken care of weeks ago. And I don't think either team thought that this was going to be as big a game as it is when they did the reschedule, but suffice it to say, Kevin, the biggest game of the year for the Bobcats so far.
Yeah, this game is definitely a big game for the Bobcats. Number one, they've got to win this one for Friday to even really mean anything for them. Big Piney also jockeying around for some playoff position for them as well. They play Kemmer on Friday, a very winnable game for them, but I think this is really the matchup for both of these teams when you come out here and talking of terms of making the playoffs and seeding in the playoffs and whatnot. Bobcats have to have this one, and Big Piney, it's senior day here for them, and a game that they definitely want to win and continue on their path to the playoffs and probably a top 3 seed.
Scenario for the Bobcats pretty simple. They win today and they win on Friday. They're in the playoffs next week. If they lose today, it certainly doesn't eliminate them officially, but a bunch of stars have to line up for them, Kevin, including having to beat Pinedale on Friday at home. They have to have some other things fall into place with some games that obviously they have no control of. So first and foremost, the Cats really kind of control their own destiny. They win today, then they can turn their focus to Pinedale, win that game. Win those 2 games, you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's really that simple. Like you said, you control your own fate here. You control your own destiny. Bobcats have to have this one, for, like I said, for Big Piney to matter. But if you win both of them, you're in, and there really is no other math, I don't think, for there to be done.
Big one here this afternoon from Pinedale as the Cats take on the Big Piney Punchers, 2A West Conference football. Glad to have you with us. We'll be back after this timeout.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Welcome back to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show leading you up to kickoff here between the Bobcats and the Big Piney Punchers. I'm Donnie Bioris alongside Kevin Simpson. Glad to have you with us here this afternoon for it's my first time calling a football game on a Tuesday afternoon. I've called a 3-way playoff play-in game during the week, but never on a Tuesday afternoon have I called high school football. Cats coming in 2-4 overall in the season, 2-3 in conference play following that big win last Friday at Mountain View, where the Cats took care of the Buffaloes 40-13. Big Piney comes in 4-2 on the season. They are 3-2 in conference play, so a game ahead of the Cats in the conference standings. Big Piney's won a couple in a row now after their upset win over number 4 Cokeville last Friday. 28-21 has put them in position to secure one of those playoff spots that Kevin was talking about before we went to the break. These two teams met up a little over a year ago, back in September of last year in Thermopolis. Big Piney with the 14-12 victory at Leroy Hayes Field. All time, the Bobcats lead the series 8-7, and the Cats are 3-3 here at Big Piney. So just the 16th meeting between these two schools. Bring Kevin back in here. Bobcats going to have to do things a little bit differently here today because they're without one of their top offensive players in Rody Farrell.
Yeah, Rody Farrell gets banged up last week, and he is out. Undisclosed injury for that one. But we have Adley Coyne now stepping into the backfield, number 44, a little reminiscent of the years past, having a 44 in the backfield. They will bring a freshman into the starting lineup at wide receiver in Del Dukes. But if the offensive line can do what they did last week, or a couple days ago, I take that back, a couple days ago, they shouldn't have a problem running the football with Adley either. So Adley had a very good game in relief of Rhodey last week, a little over half of football, and he went over for 300 yards total in a game. So good job to him, and hopefully the Bobcats can sustain success. I can't even talk. It's been so long of a car ride. Sustain that success.
A little bit bigger role, I would think, today, too, probably for Eli McCumber, as you bring Adley into the backfield. Somebody's got to step into Adley's normal position that he played for 5.5 games of the season, or 4.5 in the Bobcats case. And so Eli McCumber looks like he's the one that's going to step into that role. Doesn't change a lot for his receiving part of the game, as he's one of the leading receivers on the team, but you might see Eli get a few more carries than he normally would in the ground game.
Yeah, Eli will step into that wide receiver halfback combination that Adley's been serving in for the year. And like you said, knowing the Bobcats playbook, what we've seen, Adley did run some of those end arounds and things like that, and also caught some balls out of that position. So nothing that Eli is not accustomed to in that aspect of catching a football out of the backfield either. So I kind of those interchangeable parts that you see in the Bobcat offense. When you have an offense like that, you got four, we call them skill players more so than anything. You can rotate guys in and out and have success still.
Take a quick break, come back, and we'll take a look at this Big Piney team that the Bobcats will face this afternoon. It's the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, KDNO. Also on the Facebook, you can catch the video stream on Facebook on the KDNO Facebook page, and also on YouTube at WyoToday.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Welcome back to the Gotchi Rehab pregame show, taking you up to kickoff between the Bobcats and the Big Piney Punchers this afternoon from Big Piney High School. A few names that you're going to hear fairly often with Big Piney this afternoon. Their leading rusher, Giovanni Munoz. Big Piney, not a team that runs the ball a lot, but he comes in leading the team with 226 yards rushing, has a pair of rushing touchdowns. However, he only nets 3.8 yards per attempt. Thomas Howard comes in a few more yards per attempt, but not as many carries as Munoz. Howard with 146 yards rushing and 1 touchdown on the ground. The quarterback for Big Piney, he'll throw it a lot. Thomas Barron, 74 for 134 on the season. That was going into the Cokeville game for 890 yards passing. So you got to think that if he hasn't approached 1,000 yards passing this year, he's darn close to it. Threw 10 touchdown passes, 6 picks going into that Cokeville game last Friday. And a couple of favorite receivers for him, Coy Walton, 375 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns through the air, and Jaron Petty, 203 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns through the air. Kevin, Bobcat secondary got tested a little bit last week against Mountain View, but this team here, they do their damage offensively primarily through the air.
We're gonna run out of time here before we get to the coaches interview. We did talk about that with Coach McPhee when I got to sit down with him on Monday. Big Piney is a team that throws the ball over 28 times a game, so it's something that they do not see as often. I mean, the next team you go down in the 2A West that we play, I believe it's Cokeville, and they throw the ball 13 times a game, so almost twice as much as what we're used to seeing. The Bobcats secondary has been tested a little bit, but we've been seeing some people like Stam back there, and McCumber have been doing a good job patrolling that back, the defensive backfield back there, and have made some plays. So it will be a big test. It is a little bit of a different scheme than the Bobcats are used to seeing. So we'll see how that plays out for them today defensively.
Well, we've got Kevin on a roll here. We'll go into our Travis Winger, Edward Jones keys to the game.
All right, the first key to the game I have is defend the pass. Like I just alluded to, you're facing a team that throws the ball more than any opponent than they have seen so far. It is going to test that Bobcat secondary. The second one I alluded to in the pregame was they need to control that offensive line. They did a really good job of doing that last week at Mountain View and both sides of the football, offensively and defensive line. So that's your second key to the game. The third one I have is they need to really start this game by playing ahead of the sticks. Have a positive first play of the drive or positive first play of the set of downs. They can't be operating at 2nd and 15. They need to be in that 1st and 7 type of range to have some success. So playing ahead of the sticks is your third key to the game, and those are your keys to the game brought to you by Edward Jones and Travis Winger, your local financial advisor.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll take one more timeout, come back, and Kevin will have the starting lineups, and we'll get the kickoff here between the Bobcats and the Punchers. It's Bobcat Football KDNO on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page and on YouTube at WyoToday.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza. 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Welcome back to Bobcat football as we get ready for the Bobcats against the Big Piney Punchers here this afternoon from Big Piney High School. I do want to send out a message, a plea. Mr. Daramidi, if you're listening back in Thermopolis, this is the nicest press box that I have ever been into outside of War Memorial Stadium. This is as nice, as good as it gets for a high school football field, a high school stadium. I know Kevin took some pictures of this thing, and I'm sure he'll be sharing them on social media, but this is, it's not an understatement. This is the nicest high school football press box that I've ever been in.
This thing is legit. Like, I feel bad for some telling people this. I had to turn the heat down because it actually got a little warm in here. But this place is awesome, and kudos to Big Piney for this type of facility.
I don't think those dozen Thermop people on the other side standing out there in the cold want to hear anything about you having to turn the heat down here this afternoon. It's chilly here at Big Piney High School this afternoon. We had to take a much longer route to get here. We had to go up through Jackson as South Pass was closed this morning. Kudos to all those from Thermopolis that did make it over here for this one. And with our starting lineups, here's Kevin.
With your Hot City Coffee, I'm going to start with your big guys up front, your offensive linemen. We have number 71, sophomore Porter McCumber. Number 72, senior Austin Barrel. Number 52 at center, Hazen Thurgood, senior. Number 61, Jack Sorensen. He's also a senior. And number 55, Damian Gosnell, senior. He rounds out your offensive line. Going to your skills players with the first start of his career tonight, we've got Dell Dukes, freshman, number 1 at wide receiver. Also senior, number 33, Eli McCumber. He slides into that halfback wide receiver role. We've got senior, number 17, Jack Ream on the outside today. Your other wide receiver halfback combination, number 12, senior Wyatt McDermott. And getting the start tonight in absence of Rhodey Farrell at halfback or running back, we have senior number 44, Adley Coyne. And your quarterback tonight is junior number 10, Gavin Shumway. And those are your Hot City Coffee starting lineups. Start your day with a Hot City Coffee.
Thank you, Kevin. And as we see the two teams finish up the coin toss here and get ready to go. 3 teams that we know for sure have secured a spot in the playoffs from the 2A West. Lyman, Lovell, Cokeville we know are in. Lyman undefeated, number 1 in the state with that 6-0 conference record. Lovell at 5-1 has secured a spot. Cokeville's 4-2, and then things get interesting. Big Piney, Thermopolis, Kemmer all still have a shot to be that 4th team to get in. Doesn't mean they're going to be the 4th seed. It means they would be the 4th team in. And the seeding has all kinds of, there's so many scenarios that'll make you dizzy looking at all the things that could happen that makes teams jostle around for seeding positions. It's even as goofy as it is in the West, it's even weirder over in the East because the only team that is out going into week 8 of the season is Glen Rock. The other 7 teams still have a shot to be one of the 4 teams from the East, and it all comes down to what goes on here today in Big Piney and then all those games that get played on Friday to finish out the regular season. I don't remember, at least in recent memory, Kevin, a high school classification that has so much coming down to that final night of the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Wyoming for 15 years now and following high school sports for a majority of that. And, yeah, this is a crazy scenario for 2A football this year on both sides. Like you said, Big Piney in this game is huge for who gets in number 1. And then you look at I believe Cokeville's playing Lovell just on Friday. And that's the one that you talk about for seeding, depending on how this game shakes out as well. So that has big implications for a 2 seed on the 2A West side. Just a lot of moving parts here. I sent you an article earlier this week that I looked at, and there was all the scenarios in 2A football. And by the time I got sorted through that, I didn't know which way was up. There was about 40 different scenarios, I think, in 2A football, and I think I remember about 4 of them. So there's a lot going on.
There is a lot, and if you're the kind of person that likes to follow along with that kind of stuff and know where things sit and who's got a shot and what has to happen for them to have a shot or to get in, go to Patrick Schmidt, who covers, he's the historian for high school football in Wyoming, and he has a page. It's wyoming-football.com. He's got a blog, and he laid out all the scenarios for every classification this week. And it's crazy when you look at all of it, but just looking at the 2A and what's going on in the East and then what we've got going on over here in the West, it really does make you start to go cross-eyed a little bit when you're looking at all those different scenarios. And it makes you wonder what kind of a person Patrick Schmidt is to try to put all that together and figure all that out. It's just bizarre. But that being said, we are set to go here from Big Piney. The Cats taking on the Big Piney Punchers this afternoon. The Bobcats will receive to start this football game, a huge game for the Bobcats if they want to move on into the postseason. The kick from Big Piney away, and it's fielded by the Bobcats at the 14-yard line, giving way inside the 10, and then coming out to about the 14 was Chris Ahrens for the Bobcats on the return, and the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their own 14.
Deep kick by Big Piney, and Ahrens tried to make the most of it, tried to get around the right side of his formation, far side of our field, and long ways to go for not very many yards.
It was a lot of running around to get right back to where you fielded the kickoff from, but the Cats will have it 1st and 10 from their 14. They'll put 4 receivers out to the left, so they're going to spread things out right away against this Big Piney defense. The lone receiver to the right will be Adley Coyne. I don't know what we've got a delay here. Bobcats maybe needing their football.
Yep.
So the officials are holding things up until the Cats get their football in here. I don't know that they got a ton of snow over here. I think they got more rain down here in Big Piney. I can see some puddles across the way. Probably a little bit of a slick field, I'm thinking, here this afternoon just because of the moisture that was received by either rain or snow. But we're fortunate that we don't have a bunch of snow flying.
Yeah, I walked around the field briefly to get some starting lineups, and it was a little slick out there, but the boys in their cleats should do just fine, I believe.
See how ball security plays into things today as Gavin Shumway now gets the Cats set at the line of scrimmage. He'll have an empty backfield, the 4 receivers to the left. Coyne, the lone receiver, to the right, the short side of the field. Now McCumber comes in motion from left to right. Snap back to Coyne. Quick throw outside. Trying to get it to Coyne, and that's incomplete. Goes through Adley's hands. High pass. I'm not sure Adley would have got back to the line of scrimmage had he caught it. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Bobcats. Just underway. First possession, second play of the game for Thermopolis. 2 receivers to either side on 2nd down. Coyne will be in the backfield with Shumway. McCumber coming in motion, handoff up the middle to Coyne. He'll get to the 15. He'll pick up a yard before being stood up by the Big Piney defense. And we saw Mr. Coyne run that play against Mountain View in the second half last week, and he picked up big yards.
Yeah, a lot more successful last week than that first run play. But second play of the game, let's see if that front 4 or 5 people can't get it together and give them some room to run.
Guarantee you Big Piney took notice of that as well last week. 3rd and 9 for the Cats. Shumway back to throw. Pass outside. That's caught by McCumber. He's out to the 20 before being pushed backwards. They'll give him forward progress to the 20-yard line. But that's going to be 4 yards short of the first down, and the punt unit comes on for the Bobcats. Good coverage there by Big Piney. And they were right there to wrap up Eli right after he caught the pass. Didn't have a chance to turn up field. Wyatt McDermott will go back to punt the ball for the Cats, standing inside his 10-yard line. Snap back to Wyatt. Puts the foot to it. Line drive, end-over-end kick that hits and takes a Bobcat bounce inside the Big Piney 40. Now inside the 35. It'll be down at the 34-yard line. That's where the Punchers will take over. 1st and 10. Cats go 3 and out on their first series.
Kind of a unproductive first couple plays there, but none of them went for negative yards, so we'll take that as a good sign for the Bobcats. I mentioned don't want to operate in that second and long scenario, so no gain on the first, small gain on the second, and then just not enough for the first down on the third play.
Big Piney will come to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from their 34. Barron under center will hand off. Second man through. Gets to the line of scrimmage. Now pushes the pile forward for about 3 yards. That ball carrier being
number 7
was Jasper Brower on the carry for Big Piney. Gain of 3 for the Punchers. Out to their 37-yard line, so 2nd and 7. From their 37. Handoff again to Brower, trying to sweep it to the right side and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. That is Wyatt McDermott with the tackle. They may give him a yard. Actually picked up about half a yard. Good pursuit there by the Bobcat defense. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 6 for the Punchers on their first possession. 9:20 to go first quarter. No score on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Third and 6 Punchers from their 38-yard line. Barron will go from the gun this time. 3 receivers to the right. Looking right, throws man wide open. That's caught over the 50 and into Bobcat territory for a first down. That is Dominic Snively with the catch, and Big Piney converts on 3rd and 6 and picks up the first down. Ball spotted at the Bobcat 43. So a gain of 18 there, 19 on that play. 1st and 10 Punchers from the Bobcat 43-yard line. Toss to Brower, right side, and he will get the ball inside the Bobcat 40 down to the 36. Give him 7 on that carry. Second and 3, Big Piney quickly to the line of scrimmage. Barron under center will toss Brower left side this time, and he's got the first down as he gets inside the Cat 30 down to the 27-yard line. Gavin Shumway on the tackle for the Bobcats along with Eli McCumber, but another first down for Big Piney, and they're throwing one pass, Kevin. Most of this has been on the ground so far.
Yeah, I was trying to get caught up on my stats there. Looks like run heavy, kind of opposite what we talked about, but might be doing the old lull the Bobcats to sleep and throw one deep.
1st and 10, Big Piney at the Bobcat 28. Again, Brower left side on this toss sweep, and he'll pick up 4, close to 5 yards on that first down play. They'll give him 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5 for Big Piney. They've taken this from their own 34-yard line down to the Bobcat 22.
Brower comes to the sideline.
Yeah, new back, 2 backs in the eye. 2 tight end set for Big Piney. Toss outside to the deep back. He's going to be close to the line or to the first down yardage. Looked like a busted play there for a second. Dalton Bell on the carry for Big Piney. Going to say he's a yard short, so give him 4 yards on that carry. Ball spotted at the Bobcat 18-yard line. Second man through Brower. He's got the first down as he goes inside the 15, then gets pushed backwards. They'll give him forward progress to the 14-yard line. The 8th play of this drive for Big Piney results in another first down. Down to the Bobcat 14, so 4 yards there for Brower. Big Piney kind of methodical here. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 Punchers. give it first man through this time, the big fullback, and he'll take it inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
Big 44 number.
Thomas Howard, the fullback, for a 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 inside the Bobcat 10. Again, the 2 tight end set. First man through. That's Howard again. Bumps it outside, and he's into the end zone for the Big Piney touchdown. Play designed to go up the middle. The Bobcats had it stuffed, but he just bumped it out to the right side and took it in for the touchdown.
They just, like you said, very methodical by Big Piney. Just kept lining guys up there and running different running backs in. And once they got down inside the 20, it was, we're going to stack it and we're going to run our big guys right up the gut. And Bobcats didn't really have an answer for it.
66-yard drive in 10 plays for the Punchers. They'll go for 2 on the conversion. Toss back and no good on the conversion. Adley Coyne on the tackle there for the Bobcats as Giovanni Munoz doesn't get it in on the conversion. But Big Piney takes the early lead. They lead 6-0 over the Cats. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page and on YouTube at WyoToday.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And
welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist-certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
Big Piney goes 66 yards in 10 plays, and Thomas Howard taking it in from 7 yards out. The extra point, or the 2-point try, was no good, and Big Piney takes the lead here. 5:51 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 over the Bobcats.
Brandon Daramidi listening at home. He asked about the press box already.
10 plays on that drive, Kevin, 9 of them on the ground, and we thought this was going to be a pass-heavy offense. Big Piney kick fielded at the 5-yard line. That's Adley Coyne. He's out over the 10 to the 12. And Cats backed up again here to start this drive.
Nobody fielded the kick, and they thought it was just going to roll into the end zone, and instead it died at about the 4, and Bobcats had to scramble to pick it up.
First drive started on their 14-yard line. This one will start on the 10, or excuse me, the 10 is where they'll spot that.
Yeah, well, the Bobcats weren't very anxious to pick that football up.
Well, I think they, like you said, I think they thought it was going to go into the end zone, and it just kind of checked up when it hit the turf there. Cats went 3 and out their first possession. We'll see what they can do here on their second, as they will put McDermott and one other receiver on the left. McDermott in motion, toss sweep right side to Coyne. Adley makes a man miss, puts a foot in the ground, gets up to the 15-yard line, so that's a gain of 5 for Adley Coyne. Good to see a 5-yard gain there on first down.
You could see when he planted that right foot, you saw the little black particles in the turf pop up there, so good hard plant out of Adley.
3 receivers to the right side, ball spotted right in the middle of the field. 1 receiver, that would be Del Dukes, to the left. Coyne in the backfield with Shumway in the gun. Handoff again, Coyne, this time off right tackle, and he's going to get maybe a yard as he gets out over the 15. Might just go as no gain there. He'll bring up third, a long 5 for the Bobcats from their own 16-yard line. Two receivers either side. Shumway will keep this one. He's got the first down. He's got room to run. He's out over the 30, the 40. He's at midfield, at the Big Piney 40, inside the 35, and finally brought out of bounds at the Big Piney 31-yard line. Big gain there, and just what the Bobcats needed from Gavin Shumway. He faked the handoff to Adley Coyne and took the ball right up the middle, and things just kind of opened up for him.
Doing some math. Looks like it's going to be a 52, yeah.
52 yards on the run for Shumway. First and 10 Cats from the Big Piney 32. Toss right side Coyne. He's inside the 30. Drags a man down to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 for Adley Coyne.
Bobcats might have found something over there on that right side they like.
Second and 3 Cats from the Big Piney 25. Big Piney leading 6-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats will put 3 receivers to the left, wide side of the field. Ball spotted on the far side hash. Del Dukes, the lone receiver, to the right. Shumway from the gun brings McDermott in that short motion. Shumway will keep it himself. He spins at the 20, gets inside the 15. That'll be another Bobcat first down. They'll spot it right at the 15. That's a gain of 10 for Shumway.
That was a nifty little spin move Gavin put on there.
Cats on the move. They've got it first and 10 from the Big Piney 15, looking to answer, and Big Piney wants to talk things over. 3:27 to go first quarter. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook at KDNO and on YouTube at WyoToday.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Welcome back to Bobcat Football. Cats with first and 10 at the Big Piney 15, looking to answer the Big Piney touchdown. Cats have taken this from their own 10-yard line down to the Big Piney 15, a big 52-yard run for Gavin Shumway on this drive, and Big Piney using their first time out. Bobcats went 3 and out on their first possession. Big Piney's back on the field. Cats are huddled up on the sideline. Now they'll break that little huddle and come right to the line of scrimmage, and they'll put 3 receivers to the left again, the wide side of the field. Del Dukes by himself on the right. Shumway from the gun again. Same formation as last time. Long count. Handoff to Coyne. Adley just kind of bulldozes his way down to the 12-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard gain for Adley. Seventh play of the drive coming up for the Bobcats. They'll put 2 receivers to either side this time. Ryan Aarons and Wyatt McDermott to the left. McCumber and Dukes to the right. Shumway from the gun. Back to throw. Has a man outside. That's caught by McCumber, and Eli, as soon as he caught the ball, taken out of bounds at the 7. That'll be a gain of 5. It'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
Long one here.
Give him 6, I guess, on that completion, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats from the Big Piney 7. McCumber comes in motion from the right. Direct snap to Coyne, and Big Piney all over that one. They have him wrapped up in the backfield. This will go as a 2-yard loss. Went direct snap that time to Adley, and he ends up losing 2 yards. Ball back to the 9-yard line. So 4th and 5 for the Cats. They'll go for it. They'll put 4 receivers to the left. Coyne, the lone receiver to the right, which is the short side of the field. We've seen this formation quite a few times in the last 3 weeks. And the Bobcats can do a few things out of this. Play coming in from the sideline. Shumway in the empty backfield. Play clock under 10, and then the Cats want a timeout. Talk this one over. 4th and 5 coming up for the Bobcats. This is Cat Football KDNO. WyoToday on the YouTube and on Facebook at KDNO.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks.
Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too.
Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
4th and 4 for the Bobcats coming up. Cats using their first timeout to talk over this 4th down play. And late first quarter, Kevin, 1:44 to go, but a big play coming up here early in this game on 4th down.
Yeah, you fail to convert your first drive, and then Big Piney methodically drives the ball down the field and scores one on you, and you get down here just inside the 10, and you're starting to stall that last run play that they pushed him back for a 2-yard loss. Really kind of changes your play call here on 4th down, I think. But yeah, definitely a big conversion needed by the Bobcats here to keep this one alive and keep this game within a score.
4 receivers to the left for the Cats. Coyne, the lone receiver, to the right. Empty backfield for Shumway coming out of the timeout. McDermott will come in that short motion, snap back. Coyne floats one toward the end zone. He's got Coyne. It's incomplete as it goes through Coyne's hands in the back of the end zone. He was double covered on that near side, and Shumway tried to drop one into him there. The two aren't able to hook up. The Cats turn it over on downs at the Big Piney 14-yard line.
Thought he had him for a second. Not a bad play call. Just wasn't able to complete that.
So the Cats take it all the way from their 10-yard line down to the Big Piney 14, and that's where the drive stalls out. The Punchers get it back for the second time, 1:40 to go in the first quarter, leading the Bobcats 6-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Barron will hand off to Brower going to the right. He's got 2 blockers out in front. He's out over the 15, the 20, the 25, out to the 30 is where they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. But a big gain of 26 yards there on first down gets them out from the shadow of their own end zone.
Fortunately, he stepped out there. He was going to get about another 10 or 11.
16 yards on the carry. He's out to the 30. 16 yards on that carry. 1st and 10, Big Piney from their 30, and Big Piney's doing it on the ground, Kevin, and not what we thought we would see.
Right. Yeah, just bulldozing the Bobcats front right now.
Toss outside to Dalton Bell. He will pick up about 1.5 yards on that first down carry. Bring up 2nd and a long 8 for the Punchers. Clock at 60 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Big Piney in front 6-0. Took the opening drive and went 66 yards for the touchdown. 1 receiver will split out to the right side. Backs in the eye for the Punchers. Back to throw is Barron looking downfield, and that goes over everybody and almost intercepted. Zane Stam playing center field there for the Bobcats at the 50-yard line, almost had the pick.
A little too tall for Zane. Pretty much threw it over everybody's head, and opportunity for the Bobcats, just missed that one.
Bring up 3rd and a long 8 for Big Piney. Clock stopped with 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and if the Bobcats can keep Big Piney in check here, you would think where this ball's at on the Big Piney side of the field that it would force a punt, but I think a lot depends on how many yards get picked up here on third down.
Yeah.
Barron came all the way to the sideline to get that play call. Now the punchers hustle up, and they're going to be forced to take a timeout. The play clock was running down. They end up having to burn their second timeout. We'll take it as well. Cats down by 6. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
.43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Bobcats down 6, and Big Piney with a 3rd and 8 coming up. Big Piney forced to use their second timeout here of this first half. Punchers will put 3 receivers to the near side, 2 receivers to the left. Empty backfield for Barron in the gun. Takes the snap, back to throw, looking across. He's got a man that's caught at the 45 into the open field, and across midfield is Coy Walton, the leading receiver for the Punchers, and he's got the Big Piney first down. .20 yards on that pass completion to Walton. And the ball at the Bobcat 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Punchers. Clock at 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Probably be the last play of the first quarter. They'll put 2 receivers to either side now, starting to spread things out a little bit here. Man comes in motion. Jet sweep to Bell, and Bell trying to get around the corner does, and gets inside the 45 down to about the 40-yard line before being ushered out of bounds by 4 Bobcats. Play really got strung out a long ways, and then Bell finally able to turn the corner, and he picks up almost 9 there on first down. And that is how the first quarter will come to an end. After the end of one here at Big Piney, it's Big Piney 6 and the Bobcats 0. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook, on the KDNO Facebook page, and on YouTube at WyoToday.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Second quarter about to get started here from Big Piney High School. 2nd and almost 2 for the Punchers as teams switch ends of the field. Big Piney will have Barron under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff Bell right side. Bell gets to the 40 and then pushes ahead. He's going to be close to the first down. Look like he might get stopped short, but second effort gets him close to the marker. I think
they're going to,
with that spot, I think he's got it, but if they decide to measure, they won't have far to go. I think they, why would you take the ball back out? They do give him the first down. Delayed signal from the official. So give Bell 2 yards on that carry, and another Big Piney first down. Ball at the Bobcat 38-yard line. Big Piney took the opening kick, went down and scored in 10 plays, and they've taken this one from their own 14 to the Bobcat 38. Punchers hustled to the line, 2 backs again in the backfield. Snap back, pass is incomplete. Trying to get it to the receiver on the near side hash, that being Jaron Petty, and the pass a little bit behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10 Punchers. And right now, that's about the only thing that stopped Big Piney is a couple incomplete passes.
Mm-hmm. Bobcats need to get some push there in that front line. Talked about that pregame. They did a really good job about that on Friday, but not quite seeing that deep pressure like they had last Friday.
Big Piney leads 6-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Punchers will put 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Barron from the gun takes the snap, hands off to Brower up the middle, and not much there for Brower as on the tackle for the Cats, Hadley Johnson up the middle there kept Brower to just a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 8 for the Punchers from the Bobcat 36, and we saw a 3rd and 8 get converted earlier on this drive. See if the Bobcat defense can find a stop here. Punchers will spread things out, put 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right side. Snap back, Barron looking down the field. Pressure comes, ball's out. Cats falling. They're going to say incomplete, and I don't think his arm was going forward. Big Piney caught a break there.
They got the Tom Brady rule or something going on out there.
If this was college of the NFL, that could get reviewed, but it will go as an incomplete pass. Bobcats able to get pressure that time on Barron.
Yeah, I don't
almost got the turnover.
I don't know if his arm was. It was still looked like he was down by his hip, like he was trying to bring the ball up.
It looked like it was cocked, but it didn't look like his arm was going forward. He looked like he was loaded up and ready to throw it, but got hit, and they're going to say incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 8 from the Bobcat 36.
They're going for it.
Big Piney will go for it. They'll put 2 receivers. Now they'll put 3 receivers to the right. 1 receiver left side of the formation. From the gun, now we got movement. No call. There it comes from the white hat. I don't know why the side judge didn't call it. That's his job. False start on the Punchers. First penalty of the game will back them up 5 yards and make this a 4th and 13 now.
I don't know what the side judge was looking at, but.
And he nodded his head after the white hat threw the foul like he agreed with the call. Well,
then call it. You got one job, man. Come on.
4th and 13 now for the Punchers. Ball out to the Bobcat 41. .33 to go here in the first half. Cats down 6. Looking for a stop here on 4th down. 3 receivers to the right side. Punchers are a little bit confused on where they're supposed to be lining up. 5 receiver set for Big Piney. Snap back to Barron. Loads one up down the field. Good coverage by the Cats, and that's
Oh, no way.
That is a bad interference call. They're going to get the Cats for interference inside the 15.
The only thing I could see was I don't think McDermott has his head turned around, but he located the ball before it got there, and the ball was not even catchable in my opinion. But
I mean, the defender has as much right to the football as the receiver does there, and
the ball was thrown past the receiver, past the defender, and Wyatt was the deep man, so I don't know how he's not entitled to that spot.
It would go as a 15-yard penalty and would give the Bobcats. Oh, they're calling it on Big Piney.
Wow.
Well, that surprises all of us. We thought they were calling it. I think even the Bobcat coaching staff thought this was going against the Bobcats. They're going to get Big Piney for the offensive interference on the push-off.
Decline it and get turnover on downs.
And the Bobcats will get it on downs following the penalty being declined.
Well.
And we'll take it. Cats 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Third possession of the game for the Bobcats, trailing 6-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Shumway from the gun, toss outside, left side a coin, and Adley's going to be wrapped up for a loss. Man came through unblocked on that Big Piney defense, and that will go as a 3-yard loss for the Bobcats.
Negative play to start the drive, and Bobcats need to get this figured out in a hurry.
2nd and 13 for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the right side. Aarons, McCumber, and McDermott. Dukes, the lone receiver to the left. Coin in the backfield with Shumway in the gun. Snap back to Gavin. He will keep this one himself, trying to get to the edge on the right side, and he's going to get back to the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain and bring up 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats. Trying to spread Big Piney out a little bit there and maybe bust a run, but Big Piney, good job in pursuit. Brings up 3rd and long for the Cats. Two receivers to either side. Coin will go left shoulder of Shumway in the gun. Big Piney acting like they want to bring pressure. Shumway back to throw, gets past a couple guys, now throws it downfield. He has a man at the 30, and it's just a little bit too far for Wyatt McDermott, who had got a little space between him and the defender, but the pass just a little bit too far out in front of Wyatt, and it goes incomplete.
Gavin did a good job of eluding the defender there and buying himself a little time. He did throw that ball on the run as he was kind of running forward. I think he had about another half second. He probably could have stopped and set his feet.
Punt coming up here for the Bobcats. McDermott standing at his 28-yard line to field the snap. 4th and 11 for the Cats. Long snap count. Snap back. McDermott puts the toe to it. It will hit and go inside the Big Piney 30 down to the 27-yard line where the Cats down it, and that's where Big Piney will take over. 8:47 to go in this second quarter. Big Piney leading 6-0 over the Cats on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
See if the Bobcat defense can hold them here. They could use a quick 3-and-out would be really ideal for the Bobcats here and keep that field position in play.
2-back set for Big Piney. They'll give it to one of those backs, and he stood up after a short gain. Bobcat defensive line coming in there. That tackle made by Porter McCumber, or at least the initial hit from Porter McCumber. Got help from a couple teammates there, including Austin Barrell. Gain of 1.
Big Piney shuffles a lot of players in and out of here.
Yes, they do.
Almost like a line change there. They had 4 come off.
2nd and 9 for Big Piney from the gun. Barron will give off jet sweep left side. McDermott got held a little, forces the man outside to the sideline, and then help from Stam comes where he pushes him out of bounds. That is Carson Gurr on the carry for Big Piney. I think Big Piney might have got away with a hold there. It's a first down for the Punchers out to the 39-yard line is where they spot it. That's a 12-yard gain for Gurr.
Gurr?
Or excuse me, a 10 or 11-yard gain for Gurr. Punchers will run it on first down. This is into Bobcat territory, breaking through a Bobcat tackle inside the 20. Goes Giovanni Munoz, his best run of the ball game so far. And the biggest gain on the ground for the Punchers as he takes it all the way down to the Cat 20-yard line. That's a gain of 41 for Munoz. And Big Piney in business again as they've got 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 20. 7:35 to go second quarter. 2 receivers to either side for the punchers. Bell comes in motion. Barron wants to throw. He's got a man. It's inside the 10, inside the 5. Dragging a Bobcat. Eli McCumber coming in to finish off the tackle, but it's down to the 2-yard line. That catch made by Jaron Petty. And it's 1st and goal, Big Piney from the Bobcat 2. 18-yard gain there for Petty.
Just a quick hitter. Caught the Bobcats playing deep off the line.
2 tight end setbacks in the eye for the punchers. Give off second man through. That's Munoz. He just kind of slows up, picks his way through for the touchdown from 2 yards out. Giovanni Munoz with the 2-yard touchdown run. And Big Piney now leads 12-0 over the Bobcats.
Patient run by Munoz there. Yeah, that play that really set that up, like I said, the Bobcat defenders playing about 8-10 yards off that ball, and it was just a quick hitter to the out man.
Going for the conventional extra point here. Kick on the way, and it is good. 7:03 to go in the first half. Big Piney now leads the Cats 13-0. This is Bobcat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Big Piney goes 73 yards in 5 plays. The big play coming on the long run from Munoz of 41 yards. He takes it in from 2 yards out. Extra point good. Big Piney leads 13-0. Puncher's kickoff will go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback for the Bobcats. Trailing 13-0, 7:03 to go here in the second quarter, Kevin, and Bobcat offense needs to answer now here in this second period.
Yeah, it's definitely go time. Your defense gave up a touchdown there when you really can't afford to go down 2 scores in a game like this. Right now you're going to play from behind the whole way, and punchers will get the ball also to start the second half. So you get 7 minutes here, at least put a score on the board. Otherwise, you could be looking at going down 3 scores possibly before the half or directly after.
1st and 10 Cats from their 20. They'll put 3 receivers to the right side, 1 receiver to the left side of the formation. Coyne in the backfield, Shumway in the gun. Snap back to Gavin. He will take it himself and get back to the line of scrimmage. No more as he gets flung backwards when he hit the 20. So that'll be no gain on first down for the Cats.
Wrestled down by a sleeve of his jersey.
Design keeper there for Shumway. 2nd and 10 Bobcats from their 20. Trailing 13-0 on that Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
Bobcats huddling up a little more than we're used to seeing.
2 receivers to either side for the Cats. Again, Shumway will go from the gun with Coyne off his left shoulder. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field. McCumber comes in motion. Jet sweep to Eli. He cuts it up into the middle of that line and gets out over the 25 to about the 26. 6-yard gain there for Eli on his first carry of the ball game. We thought we would see that today. So he's kind of moved into that Adley Coyne position on the offense with Farrell out today. And if you think that maybe there's a chance that Rhodey could come into this game, depending on what the situation is, no chance. Rhodey's in street clothes and next door to us up here in the booth. So no Rhodey Farrell today for the Bobcats. Third and 4 for the Cats from their 26. They'll put 3 receivers to the left. Duke's the lone receiver to the right. Big Piney acting like they're going to bring pressure. Snap back to Shumway. Looking left, rolling that way. Now throws across the middle. That's caught. Eli McCumber out over the 35 and stood up as he got to the 36, but that'll be more than enough for a Bobcat first down.
We're going to get 10 yards there, and well-thrown ball.
10-yard gain there for the Cats.
Well-thrown ball, and Eli doing a good job of holding on to that as the punchers, defenders converged on him. They're trying to strip that as they were taking him down.
A flag, I guess, came in. I don't see one laying. Oh, it's way over on the sideline.
Whatever
it was offside on Big Piney. They lined up offsides. The Cats decline it. They'll take the 10 yards on the completion. New set of downs for the Bobcats at their 36. 2 receivers to either side again for Thermopolis. Shumway from the gun. Takes the snap, looks left, pass. That's caught by McCumber again. Hit immediately at the 40. And maybe they're going to say incomplete. No, they're going to. Nope, they'll spot it. Yep. Somebody needs to let the umpire know because he's going back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of almost 4 on that first down. Now they're going to say 3. On that first down catch from McCumber. 2nd and 7 Cats from their 39. 2 receivers again to either side. Coyne sets up right side of Shumway, takes the handoff. Up the middle, Adley gets to the 40 and then knocked backwards. Side judge near side wants to give him forward progress.
Yep.
Side judge on the far side wants to knock him backwards. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage at the 39, so to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Cats.
A lot of miscommunication by the officials out there.
This crew is not all on the same page, that's for sure.
I wonder who you find to do a game on a Tuesday afternoon, though. So could be a mixed crew, actually, of people that aren't used to working with each other.
Yeah, very possible. Good point. Clock runs at 3:50 to go in the first half. Cats with 3rd and 7 from their 39. Bobcats will put 4 receivers to the right side, Coyne the lone receiver to the left, and the Cats are going to want a timeout. Got the timeout before the delay of game. 3:39 to go first half. Cats down 13. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Bobcats being shut out here so far in the first half. They trail Big Piney 13-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. 3:39 to go in the first half. Cats facing a 3rd and 7 from their own 39, using their second timeout. Each team has 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Bobcats will come out of the timeout with the 4 receivers to the right. Coyne the lone receiver to the left. Man coverage, it looks like, across the board for Big Piney. Shumway from the gun in an empty backfield. Takes a look to the sideline to see if they still want him to go ahead with it. Now takes one more look to the sideline. This is taking forever to get going here out of a timeout. Snap back, Shumway looking down the field, floats one up, and that's picked off.
Wow.
At the 39. Shumway and Coyne not on the same page as far as the route that was going to be run, and the safety for the punchers laying out at the 39-yard line to intercept that ball.
Yeah, I say wow because, like you said, that defender laid out there, put his right arm out there and basically hauled that in one-handed as he was falling to the ground.
So the first turnover of the game goes to Big Piney, and they will take over on their 39-yard line with 3:34 to go here in the first half. Punchers will spread it out, 2 receivers to either side, 1 back in the backfield. Barron from the gun brings a man in motion, fakes, gives it on the jet sweep. That's Bell, and he runs into McDermott at the 40 and no further. Tackled there. Wyatt McDermott, Porter McCumber coming over to help out as well, but McDermott with the initial hit. And Bell held to a
1-yard gain.
They're going to spot it out over the 40. It'll be close to a 2-yard gain there on first down. Nose of the football out to the 41. Clock runs under 3 to go now. Big Piney doesn't seem to be in a giant hurry to get going here as they go back and huddle up. 2nd and 8 from their 41. Punchers come to the line. They'll put 2 receivers again to either side. Brower in the backfield with Barron in the gun. And whistles, and Big Piney's going to use their final timeout here of this first half. Big Piney leading the Cats 13-0. It's Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
2:38 to go in the first half. Big Piney with the ball, facing 2nd and 8, leading the Bobcats 13-0, Kevin. And with Big Piney getting the ball to start the third quarter, this is a big drive here. The Cats need to keep this at a 2-score game going in the locker room.
Yeah, the Bobcats needed to score on that last drive for sure. And you definitely can't turn the ball over and let them score one more going into timeout or going into halftime, because that would be that's just a big hill to climb.
Yeah, already got a hole to climb out of here, trailing 13-0. Punchers come out of the timeout, 2 backs to either side, facing 2nd and 8 from their 41. Barron brings Bell in motion from right to left. Snap back. Barron looking to throw. Across the middle, had a man, but threw it behind Bell at midfield. Goes incomplete. Bell might have gone the wrong way based on the reaction from the coaches on the route that he took. 3rd and 8 on the incomplete pass. Clock stops with 2:35 to go in the first half. Remind you to stay tuned for the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. We'll have numbers from the first half of this one. 3rd and 8 for the Punchers from their 41. They'll put 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball spotted on the near side, left side hash. Snap back to Barron. Deep drop, throws across the middle. That's caught across midfield inside the 40. Sidestepping a Bobcat is Bell, and he gets down to the Cat 31. 3rd and 8, and the Punchers convert and pick up a big first down all the way down to the Bobcat 31-yard line. Clock stopped. Now they start it back up as they get the chain set at 2:20 to go. Punchers come to the line, 2 receivers either side. Barron from the gun brings a man in motion, hands off to Brower up the middle. Brower's got room to run. He's inside the 25, lowers his head and gets to the 20 before being brought down there. Austin Barrel, Zane Stam, and Hadley Johnson on the tackle for the Cats, but another Big Piney first down as the ball spotted inside the Cat 20. Clock at 1:55 to go in the half. Again, 2 receivers to either side. Barron from the gun takes a snap, handoff again to Brower, left side, trying to get away from McCumber and can. Eli held on to the back of him and then got help to finish him off from Chris Ahrens. And Brower took a little bit of a shot there on the sideline from Ahrens, a little slow to get up. He got down to the 27-yard line. That's a 2-yard, almost 3-yard gain for the Punchers, but out of bounds does stop the clock with 1:43 to go. Second and a long 7 for Big Piney. 2 tight end set, backs in the eye. Barron will give it first man through. That's Howard, and then the pile just pushes inside the Cat 15. The big fullback down to the 14-yard line. Going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down. Bring up 3rd and 4 for Big Piney. The clock at 1:20 to go in the half. Again, 2 tight ends set, backs in the eye. Barron under center, takes the snap and busted play. Nope, rolling out to his right. I think it is a busted play. Pressure coming, throws it toward the end zone. That's incomplete. Wyatt McDermott in coverage there for the Bobcats.
Yeah, you could see the quarterback turned to the sideline right before the play and had some questions about that. And the coach and him just kind of said, go. And then he turned to hand that ball off to Brower, and Brower wasn't there.
Coyne and Porter McCumber were in pursuit there, chasing Barron toward the sideline before he threw the pass. Incomplete pass stops the clock with exactly 60 seconds to go in the first half. 4th and 4 for the Punchers. And boy, what the Cats would give for a stop here on 4th down. Receiver to either side for Big Piney, kind of a pistol look. Barron with the snap, back to throw. Looking toward the corner, has a man, and it's incomplete. Nice job, Gavin Shumway getting a hand in and punching the ball away from Coy Walton, or else that would have been another Big Piney touchdown.
Yeah, Gavin a little late on the coverage, but the ball kind of hung up there, and the receiver puts his hands up, and Gavin just kind of rakes him through from underneath, and good job by Gavin breaking that up and preventing the touchdown, number 1, and number 2 getting the ball back for the Bobcats.
Bobcats will take over on downs at their own 14-yard line, 54 seconds to go in the first half. Big Piney kept that for just under 3 minutes, come away with 0 points. We'll see what the Cats want to do here, how aggressive they want to be. They'll go 2 tight ends. Backs in the eye. I think McDermott is the up man. Shumway goes under center. Toss to Coyne left side, trying to get the edge, and he's not going to. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to go as a 3-yard loss for Adley Coyne, and I guarantee you Big Piney did some film study on what the Cats did to Mountain View last Friday.
Yeah, it's not on paper because the Wyo Prep stat sheets aren't out yet. Adley's performance last week, but like I said, I guarantee they went and looked at the film from last game.
2nd and 13 for the Cats now at their 11-yard line. Clock at 22 seconds to go in the half. I think they will have to snap this play. 3 receivers to the near side for the Cats. Clock now at 10 seconds to go. Maybe they won't have to get it off. Back judge just started his count. Snap back, toss right side to Coyne this time. Adley, as a flag comes in, gets out over the 15, gets pushed out of bounds at the 17. And photographer on the near sideline just took a big hit and is being tended to. Not as much give on this artificial turf as there is on natural grass. Holding on the Bobcats is the penalty. Saw that one coming on the sweep from Coyne. Big Piney decides to decline the penalty, and that's how the first half comes to an end. Big Piney will take a 13-0 lead into the locker room. This is Cat Football 1017 KDNO on YouTube at the WyoToday page and on Facebook on the KDNO page.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis. Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist-certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877. Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Welcome to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Bobcats trailing Big Piney 13-0 at the half. 2A West Conference football game, a game that the Cats, for all intents and purposes, need to have to keep things alive for a playoff berth in a couple weeks. Kevin, and 4 possessions plus a couple plays there at the end of the half for the Bobcats. Not really one drive, their second drive of the game, they got something going. They were able to get inside the Big Piney 15-yard line before the drive stalled out. Other than that, just tough for the Cats to get into some kind of a rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, just looking through their stats real quick, you know, they couple big plays, big rush by Gavin for 52 yards accounts for a majority of those rushing yards the Bobcats have. And then a couple decent pass plays. We had a 54-yarder that Gavin threw to Eli as well. So, I mean, a couple big plays. Outside of that, the Bobcats really struggling to move that football, and you turn that around the other side of the football, and Big Piney just kind of slow and steady, 6 plays here, 6 rushing yards here, and a timely pass here and there, and not very efficient throwing the ball, but when they do, they sure get the yards they need. So, yeah, the Bobcats need to figure out a way. Number one, they have turned Big Piney over on downs twice, which is good, but they've got to turn those into points on the opposite side.
On that other side of the ball, when Big Piney has it, came out and was doing most of their damage on the ground. We thought they'd come out and maybe throw it around a little bit, but lion's share of their first couple possessions were on the ground. They did, as the half went on there, especially in that second quarter, start to open things up a little bit more, spread the field, try to throw it a little bit more. They were able to complete some passes. I think the biggest part of their passing game in that first half was a couple of those completions were on big third and long situations that kept a drive alive, when the Cats really could have used a stop there and forced them to punt the football.
Yeah, I mean, looking here, they've only completed 4 of them, but 3 of 4 of them have gone for 19 yards or more. So very timely when they get those yards in the passing game. Something we kind of talked about off air a little bit was that we're not seeing that push in the backfield. I think, that Barron's kind of one of those guys where he's got an unconventional throwing motion, and I think if you could put some pressure on him in the backfield, the Bobcats would probably come away with one of those they decided to float up in the air.
Yeah, and he's not a tall quarterback. I mean, he's about 5'10", 5'11".
They have him listed at 5'11", and that looked generous to me.
Yeah, I think it's a stretch to say he's 5'11". Kind of short arms the ball a little bit, like you said, unconventional, and in his throwing motion. The one time the Cats did get into the backfield, it was borderline whether it was an incomplete pass or a turnover. It did get ruled incomplete. The only turnover of the game so far, an interception late in that second quarter by Big Piney. It didn't come back to hurt the Bobcats. But the Bobcat defense, especially with Big Piney getting that ball, Kevin, to start the third, looking for a big play, something to kind of spark your team and really kind of get everybody back into it and put some life into everybody.
Yeah, Bobcat defense has come out firing, and they've got I'm sure Bowker's in there talking about that as halftime adjustments. They need to fire off that line and get some pressure back there, stop that run, but also, like I said, disrupt that passing game a little bit because they are just kind of timely completions that they are getting out there.
Bobcats trail 13-0 here at the half. We'll take a quick break, come back, and Kevin will have the numbers from the first half. It's the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show, KDNO 1017 on the KDNO Facebook page and on YouTube at WyoToday.
Dairyland and Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks.
Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too.
Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street. Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Welcome back to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Bobcats trailing Big Piney 13-0 here at the break with the first half numbers. Here's Kevin.
Big Piney punchers out of the quarterback position. Barron has no official rushing attempts, has thrown the ball 11 times, only completed 4 of those for 69 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions for him. Bell out of the backfield, he has 5 carries for 18 yards, 1 catch for 28. Howard, 3 rushing attempts, 17 yards, and a touchdown for them. Also out of the backfield, Brower, their main ball carrier, has carried the ball 11 times so far in the first half for 58 yards. Walton, 1 catch for 20 yards. Petty, 1 catch for 18. Munoz, 2 rushing attempts, but 2 big attempts, 43 yards total for him, and a touchdown for him. So 2 for 43 and a touchdown, pretty efficient out of Munoz. And then Gurr, 1 attempt for 11 yards. Offensive totals for them: 147 on the ground, 69 yards through the air, 216 total yards of offense for the Big Piney Punchers. Moving over to Thermopolis Bobcats, Gavin Shumway has rushed the ball 4 times for 64 yards, 1 big run there in the first half for 52 of those. He has thrown the ball 8 times, completed 5 of those for 75 yards, 1 interception deep there in the second quarter. McCumber, 1 rushing attempt for 6 yards. He has caught 4 balls, though, for 75 yards. Good productive half out of him receiving the ball. Adley Coyne getting shut down here as he is his first official start as running back. He has 10 attempts for 12 yards and 1 reception that went for no yards. Those are your notable stats for the Bobcats. Totals for them would be 82 yards on the ground, 75 through the air, and 157 total yards of offense for the Thermopolis Bobcats. And those are your Thermopolis Eye Care. Look at the stats.
Officially, both teams, officially Thermopolis had the ball 5 times in that first half. That 5th possession was 2 plays there at the end of the half. So really both teams with 4 possessions in that first half. And so you start putting some things together here, Kevin, and you kind of figure, okay, if we have 4 possessions each in the second half, we're down 2 possessions on the scoreboard. Our defense has got to find a way to either stop or turn over that Big Piney offense and give our offense a chance to get back into this.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to we talk about the turnover ratio or the turnover battle every week, it seems like, because it is really that important, especially when you're down in a game like this. The only turnovers, really, we've got an interception by Big Piney, and then we've had both teams turn the ball over on downs. So the Bobcats just kind of need to create something out there. That near fumble that they had, or that was ruled an interception, or not interception, sorry, a incomplete pass. Bobcats just need to create something, and honestly, it kind of needs to come in this first possession of the half, because Big Piney comes out, and if they put one on the board right off the bat, the Bobcats are in a world of hurt.
And again, to reiterate what we talked about in the pregame, the Bobcats got to have this one here today. They need to win today. They need to win Friday night, and they're into the playoffs. They could lose today in theory, I believe. I know Patrick was listening earlier. I don't know if he still is or not. Patrick Schmidt, he's the one that's come up with the plethora of scenarios that exist for teams to get into the playoffs, both in the East and the West. I believe I'm correct in saying that the Bobcats are in. If they win today, they win Friday, there's no question they're in. They would need a lot of things to go right on Friday if they aren't able to come back in this one and pull out the win today to make that playoffs in a couple weeks.
Yeah, they have to win Friday. They would have to have a couple teams help them out, and then I think it starts to boil down to point differential there as well. So first and foremost, this is where they've got to get one, and I wouldn't leave anything else up to chance after that.
And so is that the message in the locker room? Guys, our season is down to these 24 minutes here. We have to come out. We've got to make the plays. We've got to do the things to get us the lead, and we need to essentially, I don't know if you tell your team you got to shut down or shut out Big Piney in the second half, but I would guess in that coaching staff's mind, that's what they're thinking. We need a shutout here in the second half and get ourselves back into this.
Yeah, and I would assume the players in that locker room going into this game know exactly what's on the line, but absolutely that's what the coaches need to be telling them is you've got one half of football here that can determine how the rest of the season plays out. If you want to play 1 more week, 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, it all comes down to the second half of football here in Big Piney. So I think that's probably the pep talk that Coach McPhee and the staff are probably giving the boys in the locker room right now.
We'll take a timeout, come back, get you caught up on everything going on in Bobcat Country this weekend. It's the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show, KDNO, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Bobcats trailing Big Piney 13-0 as we get a little closer to the start of the second half. Big Piney will get the kick to, or will receive the kick to start this second half. Cross-country team in action on Saturday as their season will conclude this Saturday at the state cross-country meet. That will be hosted by Wyoming Indian and will be down in Ethity. So good luck to the cross-country athletes there as they wrap up their season this weekend. Lady Cat Volleyball team finishes up the regular season this weekend. They'll be in action on Friday and Saturday, both of those games on the road for the Lady Cats. And then they will move on to the regional tournament next week. Lady Cats in Buffalo tomorrow, I'm thinking this is the weekend already. On Friday, they will be in Buffalo, 5 o'clock start there, and then Saturday we'll wrap up the regular season at 1 o'clock at Douglas. So good luck to the Lady Cats as fall sports either winding down or are starting to move into postseason, and the Lady Cat Volleyball team will enter postseason next week at Regional Volleyball. We'll be back at it on Friday night. Kevin and I will have the Bobcat football game for you, the final game of the regular season. It will be at home at Leroy Hayes Field as the Bobcats take on Pinedale in that one. 2A West Conference football game. It's a 5 o'clock kickoff, early start on Friday night. We'll be on the air with the Gotchi Rehab pregame show at about 4:30. So, again, things starting to wind down here in the fall sports season. It's gone by very quickly. We've been fortunate, knock on wood, to have really good weather so far this fall, and looking forward to the Cats and the Wranglers on Friday night. We'll take one more time out, come back. We'll have the third quarter kickoff. It's been the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show, KDNO 1017, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Bobcat football. As we get ready to start the third quarter here, the Cats will be kicking off, trailing Big Piney 13-0. And we were kind of talking off air there, Kevin. This is a huge possession right here for both teams, but for that Bobcat defense, not letting Big Piney find the end zone on this possession.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you my Edward Jones keys to the second half, and that is the number one in my mind right now is that they come out and get a stop defensively on their first possession. Number two, we talked about in the the halftime show, is that the Bobcats need to get some pressure in the backfield, need to disrupt that run, need to disrupt the pass. And I think those really are the two things that stand out in my mind. I'm only going with two keys to the second half, brought to you by Travis Winger and Edward Jones.
Thank you, Kevin. Eli McCumber will kick it off for the Bobcats. Big Piney deep men are standing at about their 20-yard line.
Possible onside?
Big Piney's kind of thinking something might be up. They've got 8 guys up within 10 yards of midfield. McCumber with the kickoff, end-over-end kick that hits and takes a big bounce into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And Big Piney will start on their own 20-yard line.
McCumber with the big boot.
Just underway in the third quarter, the Cats down 2 scores. They trail 13-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bobcat defense looking to make something happen here on this first Big Piney possession. Punchers will come out and put 2 receivers to either side. Brower in the backfield with Barron, who's in the gun. Bring Bell in motion. Jet sweep to Bell, right side. Cats can't get him in the backfield, and then brought down as he crosses the 20 to the 23. McCumber, Stam, and Chris Aarons on the tackle for the Cats. A couple Cats came shooting through and had a chance to bring Bell down for a loss, but Bell able to elude them. It'll go as a 3-yard gain on first down.
Speedy kind of made them defenders that came flying through. He just took a little wider angle around the back and found himself a little room, but he quick little feet.
2nd and 7 for Big Piney as Carson Williams checks into the game on the Bobcat defense. Again, 2 receivers to either side. Man comes in motion. Barron to throw. Pressure coming from the backside. That's a sack. Carson Williams with the sack coming from the backside.
Wow.
Barron never saw him as he rolled out to the left. Carson coming from the right side linebacker position and brings him down for a loss. First sack for the Cats. It will go as a 6-yard loss back to the 17-yard line.
Good job of recognizing that by Carson. His man actually shifted over across the formation. He passed him off to the other outside linebacker, and from there it was just blitz, and nobody accounted for Carson.
3rd and 13 for the Punchers. Cats could use another big play like that here on 3rd down. Big Piney was able to convert a couple 3rd and longs in that first half. They'll put trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Barron and Brower in the backfield and whistles, and I think we've got a delay of game on Big Piney. Yep. And there's been a lot of frustration over here on this side of the field between Barron and the coaching staff on the calling of plays or getting them in or understanding what play is being called, whatever the case is. But it'll back them up another 5. It'll be 3rd and 18 now. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. They've got to get out to their 30.
Yeah, the body language by Barron is very much frustration is probably the right word.
2 receivers to either side for the Punchers. Brower in the backfield off the right shoulder of Barron, who's in the gun. Snap back. Barron rolls to his right, has a man that's caught and dropped at the 25. He wasn't going to have enough for the first down, and Jack Ream right there in coverage for the Cats wasn't going to let Walton have any yards after the catch. Incomplete pass and brings up 4th and 18 and the first Big Piney punt of the ball game.
And there it was, the key right there. We've got to make a stop here now. Now if they get that stop, the Bobcats going to have a good field position here and need to find a way to score this.
Trying to see the number on the on the Bobcat return man standing at the Big Piney 45. I'm not sure if that's Gavin or who. Snap back and whistles stop things, and we've got illegal procedure on Big Piney. That'll back him up another 5.
Looks like Gavin. Yeah, that is Gavin back here to receive the punt.
So another 5 yards for Big Piney will put him inside their 10.
Bobcats might want to sell out here and try to get this punt.
Ball will be spotted at the Big Piney 7. You would think Bobcats are going to get good field position here. Maybe you don't risk a roughing penalty. Shumway stands at a Big Piney 40, whistles again. And this time it's offsides on the Cats, so Bobcats give the 5 yards back.
They were coming.
So now the ball will be moved out to the 12, and we'll have attempt number 3 on this punt from Big Piney. Punter stands inside his 5s. High snap. Gets the punt away. No, it's blocked. Blocked by the Cats, and it's going to be recovered at the 9-yard line, 10-yard line maybe.
I think
9-yard line is where they'll spot it, and that's where the Cats will have it.
I think Porter McCumber might have been the one in there.
So the blocked punt by the Bobcats special teams gives them the ball at the Big Piney 9. First and goal for the Bobcats, trailing 13-0. Maybe that's the break they needed, Kevin, to get themselves back into this.
Here we go. Bobcats got to score this one.
2 receivers to either side for the Cats. Coin will be off the left shoulder of Shumway in the gun. Dukes and McCumber split to the left side. McDermott and Ryan Aarons split to the right. Now Coin shifts to the right side of Shumway. Direct snap to Adley, and Adley will get to the 10-yard line. He's going to lose about half a yard there. Big Piney again all over that direct snap, and just not a lot of room for Adley to get going.
Adley really having a hard time getting things moving here on the ground, but like you said, I think they were put on high alert after last week, and the coaching staff definitely did some scouting.
So 2nd and goal for the Cats. Ball back to the 10-yard line, so a loss of 1 there for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the right, Dukes to the left, Shumway in the gun. And whistles will stop this one. Cats want a timeout to talk it over. Play clock was getting down, and don't want to take a 5-yard penalty here when you've got a 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line. We're going to keep things here. 8:42 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Kevin mentioned that Bobcat defense stepping up and making a big play and able to force the punt, and then really it was the special teams unit with the big play as they got the blocked punt on Big Piney and have the ball 2nd and goal, and huge possession here for the Cats to get this ball into the end zone and cut into that Big Piney lead.
I was trying to, in the break there, figure out who it was that blocked that punt. I thought originally it might have been Porter McCumber, but it's also possible that it was Wyatt McDermott. I know they talked about in that formation, he does a lot of the punt blocking pressure. So regardless, Bobcats come up with a big stop there to start the first half.
Cats using their first timeout here of the second half. 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. 3 receivers to the left for the catch. Shumway from the gun. Snap back. Gavin back to throw. Has the ball come out of his hands. Picks it back up. Now floats one out to Coin, and that's dropped at the 6. Adley had a couple Big Piney defenders closing in on him. Gavin lost the ball right out of his hand. Fortunate it bounced right back up to him. He was able to pick it up and then tried to flip one out to Adley. It goes incomplete.
That play was kind of doomed from the start. He wanted to go to, it looked like Wyatt McDermott streaking down the middle, and he lost it. He was covered too. But yeah, good wherewithal to get that ball back and try to make a play out of it.
3rd and goal Cats. They'll put the 4 receivers to the right side. Coin split out by himself to the left. Empty backfield. Now Coin comes in motion. Handoff to Coin. Gets past a couple Piney defenders and gets inside the 10. Flag comes in late from the far side. Coin got down to the 8-yard line. Could be in the neighborhood of a block in the back. Nope. Now they're waving it off. And they will say Coin got back to the line of scrimmage. They'll mark it back at the 10, so it'll be 4th and goal for the Bobcats. Cats will huddle up here on this play. Fourth and goal for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the left. Single receiver right. Coin in the backfield. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin lofts one toward the end zone. A jump ball for it, and that's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Trying to get it to, I believe,
that was Dukes.
Dukes in the right corner of the end zone. Dukes and the defender went up for it. Defender had inside position and able to intercept the pass, and Big Piney defense holds. Bobcats had it 1st and goal at the 9 and come away with no points. 7:54 to go in the 3rd quarter. That one stings a little.
Mm-hmm. Big Piney going in tight.
2 tight end set for the Punchers. Hand off to Brower. Brower dances his way across the 20 to the 21. That'll be a short gain of a yard for Brower. Second and 9 for Big Piney. They'll put a receiver to either side here on 2nd down. Barron from the gun takes a snap, hands off again. Brower trying to get out to the right side, has a couple men in front of him leading the way, and he gets out over the 25 to the 29. He's going to be a yard shy of the 1st down. So an 8-yard gain there on the toss sweep. They just pull a couple linemen out in front of Brower there, and a couple big bodies in those gray jerseys leading the charge. 3rd and 1, Big Piney from their 29. 2 tight end set, backs in the eye. Toss, this time it is Munoz. He's got the 1st down as he dances out over the 30 to the 34. And a late flag comes in. This is, I believe, going to be unsportsmanlike on the Cats. Not sure if something was said. I didn't see anything done.
No.
It might have been something that was said. Flag came in after the play, so this will be a dead ball. It is a personal foul on the Bobcats, so add 15 onto that run. Munoz got it out to the 41-yard line for the 1st down. And this will put the ball out to across midfield onto the Bobcat side of the field at the 49-yard line.
That hurts.
1st and 10, Big Piney from the Bobcat 49. Clock at 7:09. Bobcats trailing 13-0 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats with the blitz. Carson Williams comes flying through and drops Brower as he took the handoff from Barron. Bobcats showed the blitz. Big Piney didn't account for all the white shirts, and Carson Williams came through untouched, and it's a 5-yard loss on 1st down. He was a missile coming through the line.
Did he play in the 1st half?
Brower had no chance. He literally took the handoff and got hit. Single receiver to the left for the Punchers. He catches that on a little deep crosser, and it's going to be a short gain. Going to be about a 6-yard gain there for Big Piney. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Punchers. Ball at the Bobcat 47-yard line. 2 tight end set for Big Piney. Backs in the eye. Brower following behind Howard gets across the 45 down to near the 40. That's close to the first down marker. And I believe they're going to say short. It's going to be 4th and
1. Well,
yeah, half a yard at the most, length of the football.
I'm just going to guess they're going to give it the 44.
I think they're going to want to measure this now.
Yep.
Because the officials stop the clock. They will bring the chains out. They initially signaled 4th down. Then when they put the ball on the ground on the spot, the white hat decided he wanted to take a look at it. It's really close. I thought initially he had it, but it is a first down. I mean, they had to stand the down marker straight up and down to determine there was a first down, but it will be a fresh set of downs for Big Piney at the Bobcat 39. Clock at 5:46. It will start. Again, the 2 tight end set. Backs in the eye. Give again to Brower just off right tackle, trying to get the pile to move forward, and the Bobcats better job there of stuffing things up. It'll be a short gain for Brower. Coming off the bottom of the pile for the Bobcats is Porter McCumber. Jarek Sorensen checking in for the Bobcat defense. 2 tight ends again for Big Piney. Snap back, toss right side Brower. Brower runs into a Bobcat at the 35 and then falls forward to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 4 there for Big Piney. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 3.
Heavy dose of Brower today. He's got 17 carries.
Chris Aaron's on that tackle for the Bobcats. Clock at 4:40 to go here in the 3rd. Again, backs in the eye. Barron rolls out, play action to the right, looking downfield, pressure coming, and the Bobcats force him out of bounds. That'll actually go as a sack. Porter McCumber coming in and finish pushing Barron out of bounds. It'll be a loss of 2, so a sack for the Bobcat defense, their second of this half.
Carson Williams was the one who came and made the initial hit coming from the back side there. He's been all over here in the 3rd quarter.
Big Piney coaches talking to the officials about something they didn't like there. 4th and about 4, almost 5 for Big Piney. Call it 5. And whistles timeout for the Punchers. 4:31 to go in the 3rd. Cats down 2 scores. This is Bobcat Football, KDNO, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Big Piney with a 4th and 5 coming out of the timeout. Punchers will have movement before the snap. This will back them up 5. The receiver on the far side took off too quickly. Instead of 4th and a long 4, it's going to be 4th and a long 9. As the ball's moved out to just inside the Bobcat 39-yard line. 3 receivers near side for the Punchers. 1 receiver to the left. Barron from the gun. See if the Bobcats bring pressure here. Barron back to throw. Quick toss. That's picked. Bobcats with the interception. Gavin Shumway with the pick. Gavin inside the 20, inside the 10, and brought down at the 5-yard line. I believe Barron is the one that brought him down. We've got flags back at the 35-yard line of the Punchers. I don't know. I wasn't watching behind the play to see if it was something with a block or if something that Big Piney did after the pick.
I didn't see.
Gavin Shumway jumped the route. He read it perfectly. Big Piney's ran that same pass play a few times here in this game. Gavin jumped it, had the pick. Looked like he might be off for a pick six, but Barron with the hustle coming all the way back across the field and tracked him down at the 5-yard line. But the Bobcat defense with the pick. Now we have a meeting going on at the 5-yard line between the officials.
We have the Bobcats coming way back here by midfield.
So it's going to be some sort of an illegal block or a hold on the return.
Maybe not. Hold on.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike on Big Piney. So that will take it half the distance to the goal line. So it'll be Bobcats with 1st and goal from just inside the 3-yard line of the Punchers. Bobcats had it 1st and goal from the 9 just a few minutes ago and couldn't score. Clock at 4:19 to go in the third. The Bobcats will come out 1st and goal inside the 5, put 2 receivers to either side. The umpire comes in and has a talk with Bobcat lineman about something. I don't know what the holdup is here. Now we're ready to go. Ball put in play. 2 receivers to either side. Shumway from the gun has Coyne off of his right shoulder. McCumber comes in motion. Handoff. Coyne up the middle. Adley runs into a couple Big Piney players. Gets down to about the 1-yard line before getting pushed back. Forward progress to just inside the 2, so we'll give him a yard on that play. 2nd and goal, Cats. This is where you got to tell your offensive line. Somebody just needs to man up and blow somebody off the line here. We need 2 yards.
Somebody do something. Let's go.
2 receivers again to either side. Coyne from the gun. This time, Shumway from the gun. Coyne will be off of his left shoulder. McCumber comes in motion. Shumway will keep this one. He's inside the 5. Touchdown, Bobcats. Shumway with the keeper. Got everybody in a gray shirt to bite on Coyne to the right side. Gavin pulled it back, kept it, and takes it in from 2 yards out for the Bobcat touchdown. And how big is that?
That was great. Bobcats bring in McCumber. They're like they're going to act for, he's an extra blocker. He hits that hole where you would think that Coyne's going to go, and Gavin just with like almost the hesitation and sells that, and he waltzes into the end zone.
Owen McCumber on for the extra point. Shumway will be the holder, snap back and whistles. And this guy loves calling something over here. False start on the Bobcats. This will back them up 5. See if this changes the
play call.
Bobcats' mind here on what they want to do. If they want to kick it, they're going to go for 2.
Yep.
As McCumber comes off the field, they'll put the ball back to the 8. And the Cats will go for the 2-point conversion. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats on the board with the Shumway touchdown. Cats will put trips to the left. Dukes, the receiver, to the right. Shumway from the gun. Gavin with the snap. And whistles stop things again, and we've got another false start. And this guy's making a living here off of a false start call.
Couldn't call one to start the game, but...
Back the Cats up 5 more, so this extra point will now come from the 13-yard line.
Now it gets really interesting.
Well, if nothing else, you've got a little bit more room to operate, I guess. Get a little bit more space.
I'm sure that's what the coaches are saying down there on the sidelines, Donnie. Good job, guys. We got plenty of room now.
So we'll try the 2-point conversion again. 3 receivers to the left for the Cats. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin in the pocket. Pressure comes, and he's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. Never really got a chance to set up to look downfield to make the throw before being wrapped up. The extra point, no good. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. The Cats now trail Big Piney 13-6. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO page.
P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza is proud to sponsor Thermopolis Youth Athletics. When you open the door, it hits you. The smell of freshly baked wings or pizza. Your Stone-Fire creation comes out with the perfect golden brown crust, fresh toppings, and melted cheese that some can only dream of. Don't forget to check out the Pizza of the Month. Enjoy your meal inside or under the pergola. P6 Station Stone-Fired Pizza, 544 Park Street in Thermopolis.
Gavin Shumway with the 2-yard touchdown run. Bobcats finally getting on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. 3:35 to go in the third. 2-point conversion, no good. Cats trail Big Piney 13-6. And again, Big Piney not sure what the Cats are going to do here on this kickoff. Have a bunch of guys bunched up around midfield. Eli McCumber will put the foot to it. High end over end kick that's short, fielded at the 30. Out over the 40, down the 50, down the far sideline. This is going to get taken back for, taken back for a touchdown. I thought there might be a flag back. There is a flag coming in now. Nope. Thought they might call one back here behind the play about 20 yards, but it doesn't get called either. That's a 70-yard touchdown run for the Punchers.
Whoops. We saw that last week. You come down and you score, and then you give up the touchdown off of the kickoff.
Short kickoff fielded at the 30-yard line and got it onto that far sideline, and the Bobcat didn't maintain their lanes out there on that outside and allowed him to get to the sideline there, and then it was a foot race, 70-yard kickoff return. Extra point coming from Martinez. And just like that, Big Piney back up by 2 scores. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. 3:25 to go in the third. Big Piney pushes their lead to 20-6 over the Bobcats. This is Cat Football KDNO on Facebook at the KDNO page and on YouTube at WyoToday.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerWyo.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Well, just when the Bobcats get themselves back within 1 score, Big Piney with the 70-yard kickoff return makes it a 2-score game again. 3:25 to go in the third quarter. Still a long ways to go in this one, but the Cats down 20-6. And getting set to receive the kick from Big Piney. I believe Thomas Howard kicks it off for the Punchers. Kind of a wobbly line drive kick that goes inside the 5-yard line, picked up there by Aarons, and he'll get out to the 10. And that's where the Cats will set up 1st and 10 from their own 10. 3:20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, weird kind of kick, and it looked like it was going to head out of bounds, and we saw that earlier when we thought it was going to go to the end zone. It was kind of checked up there, and Bobcats forced to field it within their own 5-yard line.
Yeah, a couple times the Cats have been unsure if the ball's going to take a big hop toward the end zone what it was going to do, and it ends up costing them with poor field position here. Cats will put 2 receivers to either side. Shumway from the gun, Coin off of his right shoulder. Direct snap to Coin. Adley up the middle. He's out of across the 10 to about the 13. So a gain of a couple 3 yards for Coin there on first down. Cats quickly to the line. We'll put 2 receivers again to either side. Ball spotted right center of the field. McDermott comes in motion. Shumway will keep this one himself, and he's going to lose yardage. Big Piney read that one well. Going to be a loss of a couple yards there. Bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats. Ball at their 11-yard line. If nothing else, you'd like a first down or 2 just to maybe move the field position a little bit here.
Yeah, Bobcats really backed up against it here.
Clock at 2:15 to go in the third. Cats with 3rd and 9 from their 11-yard line. 2 receivers either side. Shumway from the gun takes the snap. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Pass across the middle. That's caught by McCumber. Well short of the first down as he's brought down immediately after making the catch. Eli hasn't had room to run after the catch today. It'll be a gain of a couple out to the 14. Bring up 4th and a long 6 for the Cats, and the punt team comes in. McDermott will stand inside his 5 to punt this one away. Bell will stand near midfield. High snap. McDermott brings it in. Punts away. Good punt from McDermott. Backs Bell all the way up to his 42. Makes one man miss. Looked like his knee went down, but no whistle. And Bell out to midfield. And down to the Bobcat 48.
Yeah, I thought his knee went down, but he might be hurt too.
Bell's a little slow to get up.
Turned awkwardly.
And here comes a flag now late. This is going to go against Big Piney. They just said something to the officials. And instead of being on Bobcat's side of the 50, they're going to get backed up into their own end. So take it back 15 yards, and Big Piney will be inside their 40 to start this drive.
Big Piney's had some penalties this game, but they've definitely overcome the yardage they've had on those.
Punchers will have it at their 37-yard line. Minute 17 to go in the third, and we need to see that aggressive Bobcat defense that we saw early in this quarter. Delay here again as they've got to switch footballs out.
Looks like that official needs to hear your AARP announcement.
Minute 17 to go in the third. 1st and 10, Big Piney from their 37. Barron from the gun will give off to Brower. Got a couple linemen in front of him again on that sweep to the right side. He's out over the 45 to the 49-yard line. They'll say that was a dead ball foul on that. So it was 1st and 25, not 1st and 10 for Big Piney. My mistake there.
The official's still discussing something else.
And I think that might be what they were discussing. Was this 1st and 25 or was it 1st and 10? And if it was 1st and 10, you've got all kinds of messes with where the sticks were, where they should have been.
Oh, we're going to talk about it. Officials timeout.
36 seconds to go. Now we're going to have a summit meeting by the officials here, center of the field. And I guarantee you that's what they're talking about, Kevin. Was it 1st and 25 or was it 1st and 10 from back at the 37?
Yeah, and that's the question. But the only thing about the sticks is he got 12 yards on the carry, so it's going to be if it was first
it would
and
be
10,
a first down.
It's going to be first down from where the ball's at right now.
Right. Got a couple guys pointing at different places. I'm not sure what they're.
Now we got to let the
So
white
now we're
hat
gonna-
go over and explain to
He's
Coach
going to
McPhee.
he's going to go over and let Coach McPhee know what's going on here.
And then probably
Or
talk to
maybe
the
he's going to let
sticks.
his side judge know. Nope, he's bringing McPhee over. As it stands right now, it would be second and about 13. I don't know why you'd be telling the other coach that it's second and 13.
Unless they're going to move the sticks and call it first and 10.
That's what I'm wondering, if that's what's going to happen here.
And I would assume that's what's happening because the Big Piney coaches seem content in what's going on down there too.
Well, it's easier to be content when you're up 20-6 as well. It's And again, we have no idea what is being said or what the discussion is about. They're taking a long time talking to Coach McPhee about it. I know that.
And they're
So,
moving the
yep,
sticks.
they're going to say it's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. So that's exactly what all that discussion was about. It should have been first and 10 at the 37 instead of first and 25. And I'm guessing that was because it was change of possession, because it was a kickoff, or because it was a punt.
I would assume that's
that there's really not a dead
what it
ball.
was, yeah.
First and 10, Big Piney from their 49. Tight set, handoff, first man through. That's Howard. Howard down to the Bobcat 45. That'll be 6 yards on first down for Howard. Big fullback. Doesn't get a lot of carries, but, I mean, his primary job is to make a hole for Brower when they go between the tackles. 2nd and 4 for Big Piney from the Bobcat 45. This time it's Brower off left tackle. He'll have the first down as he drags Bobcats inside the 40 down to the 38. Barrel on the tackle along with McCumber and McCumber. That would be Porter and Eli.
McCumber action, and we are at the end of the third.
Yep, that's the final play of the third quarter. Bobcats, 12 minutes to go, down 14. This is Cat Football, KDNO, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at the KDNO page.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tess.
And welcome to Right Rehab.
Right Rehabilitation in Thermopolis will help you stay active, mobile, and healthy. No referrals are necessary. Right Rehab has specialists you won't find anywhere else. They're the only team to offer pelvic rehabilitation and have the only board-certified orthopedic specialist in the region. Their services range from injury prevention and management, post-operative care, women's health, dry needling, and more. They offer a Titleist-certified golf program with help from a trainer and golf pro to make your golf game better than ever. Make the right choice with your friends and neighbors at Right Rehabilitation. Visit www.rightrehab.com or call 307-864-3877.
First down play for Big Piney goes for 5 yards. 4 yards. Brower with the carry to start the fourth quarter. Cats trailing 20-6 to Big Piney. A game that the Cats really got to have to keep their playoff hopes alive. Barron back to throw. Busted play. Coyne coming after him. Now Barron getting to the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds there by Wyatt McDermott. That was a busted play, as Barron wanted to hand off and his backs had cleared the area. Nowhere to go, so Barron able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Big Piney from the Bobcat 34-yard line. Down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Bobcats need a stop here. Need 2 down stops here.
Yeah, because this is going to be 4-down territory for Big Piney here on inside their own 40.
You would think, and then, I guess being up 2 scores, they may decide to try to pin the Bobcats deep. You don't know, but I'd like to see them have to make that decision here. 3rd and 6. Handoff, Bell, right side. He's got a couple linemen out in front again, and he gets the first down inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line. So everything we just talked about is a moot point as Bell picks up the first down. We're going to spot it at the 21-yard line of the Bobcats. 1st and 10 for Big Piney. Clock runs, 11:14 to go in the ball game. And now you need your defense to start ripping at the ball, maybe get a turnover. Toss left side, Bell following behind his blockers again, gets inside the 20 down to the 17. Gain of 4 for Bell. He'll come out of the game as Brower checks in. Two tight end set for Big Piney. They'll put backs in the eye. Howard the up man, Brower the deep man. Cats crowding the line of scrimmage. Brower just gets behind his center and guard and goes forward inside the 15 to the 13. He's going to be a couple yards short. Needs to get to the 11. 3rd and 2 for Big Piney. They quickly come to the line of scrimmage. Barron will give off to Brower again. Brower with the first down as he falls down at the 10-yard line. Aarons, Coyne, and McDermott on the tackle for the Cats. 1st and, I would say 1st and goal. The nose of the football's on the 10.
Yep, they're going to move the sticks out.
Cats with a late defensive change. Handoff to Howard, the up man, and flags come in. I don't know that the Cats were onside with that late sub coming in. He might have been on the wrong side of the football at the snap. It is an illegal substitution on the Cats. So that would take it to the 5-yard line, I believe.
They've already moved the ball, so they're trying to figure out what to do here.
It will be spotted at the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 5. 2 tight ends set again, backs in the eye for Big Piney. Barron toss to Munoz. Munoz inside the 5, gets his legs taken out at about the 2, and they'll spot him at the 1. That was Hadley Johnson coming in and taking Munoz's legs out. It'll be 2nd and goal for Big Piney from the 1-yard line. 9:25 to go. Handoff Brower. He kind of just puts his head down as he took the handoff.
Come short.
And he didn't get in. He's about half a yard short. That wasn't the hard running that we saw earlier. That one was take the handoff and it acted like he was ready to get hit as soon as he took the ball. 3rd and goal from inside the Bobcat 1. Barron could almost sneak this one in himself. And he does, and he's in for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Barron. And that now makes it a 3-score game with 8:50 to go. Martinez coming on for the extra point.
And we still have a football. We'll eventually get this extra point kicked.
Waiting for the ball to get set. It is put in play now. Martinez on for the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way, and it is good. 8:51 to go in this one. Cats have a hole to dig out of. They trail 27-6. This is Cat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
Did you know that 1 in 4 kids have a vision problem that affects their learning? Thermopolis Eye Care has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Thermopolis community since 2009. They're the folks that you can trust when it comes to making sure your school-age kids have the tools they need to succeed. Thermopolis Eye Care, 420 Arapahoe Street, or call 307-864-2324. Thermopolis Eye Care.
Barron with the 1-yard touchdown run for Big Piney. They get the extra point and now lead by 21 over the Cats, 27-6, 8:51 to go in the ball game. Almost like the wind came out of the Cats' sails when that kickoff return went for the touchdown. You got yourself right back into the game, and then 70-yard kickoff return, and
yeah, a lot different.
I guess starting the next drive on your 10-yard line doesn't help either. Cats haven't had great field position to start drives.
Their kickoffs have
good portion of this game.
Given the Bobcats fits.
Howard will kick it off for Big Piney. Coyne and Aaron's the deep men. 2-step approach, kick. Aaron's has it hit off his pads, picks it up at the 15, and gets wrestled down at the 15-yard line. They're going to give him progress out to about the 17, I think.
It's a high tackle. I was almost surprised there wasn't a flag on that.
Got a handful of jersey. You could see the jersey get ripped back. They will spot it at the 17. That's where the Cats will take over. 8:45 to go in the game. Cats need to strike quick here. Down 3 scores. Late player coming on for the Bobcat offense. Cats were down 13-6 after the Shumway touchdown run, and Big Piney's answered with 14 straight. 3 receivers to the right for the Cats, 1 receiver to the left. McDermott comes in motion. Shumway fakes the toss, keeps it himself. Gavin out over the 20. Slows down as he gets to the 23, and then pile of bodies out near the 24-yard line. Gain of about 7 for Gavin there on first down. The Cats need to go quick here, clock running. Cats are going to huddle up. 2nd and 3 from their 24. Bobcats come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers either side. Coyne in the backfield with Shumway. McCumber in motion. Handoff to Coyne. Adley up the middle. He's got the first down as he gets over the 30. And then about 7 gray jerseys stand him up at the 32. Clock will stop to move the chains. First down Bobcats. Again, the Cats go into the huddle.
Bobcats down 3 scores. I thought we'd see them move pretty much hurry up, no huddle type of offense here.
To the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers either side. Shumway from the gun with Coyne off his right shoulder. Snap back. Shumway will roll right. Pressure coming. Lets one go down the sideline, and McCumber catches it, but he was out of bounds. Just led him a little bit too far. McCumber was able to bring it in, but never really threatened to get either foot down inbounds. 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. It does stop the clock with 7:24 to go. Two receivers again to either side for the Cats. Coyne stays in the backfield with Shumway. Shumway calls out the play, and Coyne moves to the left side of Gavin. Snap back, short throw. That's caught by McCumber out over the 35, wrestled down at the 38-yard line. Be about 3.5 yards shy of the first down. Need to get out over the 41. 3rd and a long 3 for the Cats, almost 4. Cats now go quickly to the line. Shumway from the gun. Brings McCumber short motion. Handoff Coyne up the middle. Adley, again, just nowhere to run. Ground yards have been hard for the Bobcats today. They're going to say no gain on 3rd down. It'll be 4th and a long 3 for the Cats. From their 38-yard line. Need to get between the 41 and the 42. Clock runs, 6:30 to go in the game. Trips to the left for the Bobcats. Dukes, the lone receiver, to the right. This is your ball game here. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin looking left, rolls left. Needs to find a man, throws, and that's incomplete. And a flag comes in late from the back judge.
Wow.
Gavin's pass was short of the receiver. Dukes was in the area.
They're going to call another personal foul, I think, on
Big Piney.
Big Piney. The way one of the Big Piney players is acting like he's
It would give the Cats a first down, and it looks like it is going to go against Big Piney. We'll see the call here, a hold on Big Piney. It will give the Cats a first down out to the 48, so there's still life in the purple and gold here. 6:09 to go in the game. 1st and 10 Cats from their 48. Coyne, the lone receiver, to the right. 4 receivers to the left. Shumway goes under center. Now brings McDermott in motion left to right. Lateral to Coyne, pass down the field to McCumber, and Eli bats it up in the air, can't bring it in. Tried the double pass, they lateral back to Coyne. Adley trying to hit Eli down inside the 30. Eli got a hand on it, kind of tipped it to himself, but just never could get possession of it before it hits the ground. It goes incomplete.
good play call. Just couldn't quite haul that one in.
Cats will come to the line of scrimmage, put 3 receivers to the left. Dukes to the right. 6:02 to go. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 Bobcats from their 48. Ball spotted center of the field. McDermott in motion, direct snap to Coyne. Adley just puts his head down, gets into Big Piney territory as he gets down to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the direct snap to Coyne. And on that last play, the Bobcats cross midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP Wyoming's Facebook page. Handoff Coyne again. Adley's got the first down inside the 40, makes a man miss at the 35, down to the 30. That's another Bobcat first down. That'll stop the clock. Easily Adley's best run of the day as he gets down to the Big Piney 30. Clock stopped, 5:28 to go. They'll start it up as soon as the chains are set, and we got a whistle. Nope, we got a timeout called by Big Piney. 5:28 to go in the game. Cats on the move. This is Bobcat Football KDNO on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
Hot City Coffee. It's your destination for your coffee fix or the perfect spot for lunch. The place you know for afternoon fun is also where you can try their full menu of burgers, specialty lattes, and blended drinks.
Don't forget to try the ice cream varieties and sweet treats too.
Open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday and closed on Sundays. Find them at 510 Park Street, Dairyland and Hot City Coffee, your hole-in-one choice for Thermopolis.
Big Piney using the timeout there. Interesting that they would call a timeout to stop the clock, kind of give the Cats a chance to catch their breath and regroup. Bobcats will have it 1st and 10 from the Big Piney 30. Punchers leading, however, 27-6 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, and that's the most important thing going here right now.
Mm-hmm. Got to score here fast, and then I'm guessing it's onside kick time.
Oh, I think there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Every second ticking off that clock is precious for the Bobcat offense right now.
Bobcat offense comes onto the field. They'll put 4 receivers to the right, Coin the lone receiver left, single coverage over there. Now the safety cheats over for help. Empty backfield for Coin as he brings McCumber in motion right to left. Snap back, Coin drops, throws. That's caught. McDermott with it inside the 15, or excuse me, inside the 25 to the 24. Wyatt's first catch of the game. It goes for 7 yards. Bring up 2nd and 3. Cats back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to either side. Shumway brings Cumber in motion. Hand off to Coin. Adley's got room to run. He's inside the 15. Runs over a man at the 12 and falls inside the 10 at the 9. Bobcats starting to open up some holes in the interior there. A couple substitutions for Big Piney. Cats with 1st and goal from the Big Piney 9. 2 receivers to either side. Shumway, direct snap to Coin. Adley dances inside the 8 to about the 7. Gain of 2. Clock runs with 4:30 to go in the game. Cats maybe trying to catch Big Piney thinking pass there on 1st and goal. Cats will stay 2 receivers to either side. Aaron's McDermott near side. McCumber Dukes to the left. McDermott goes in motion right to left. Now sets up inside. Toss left side to Coin. Adley's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And he might have fumbled. It is a fumble. Ball ripped away by the Big Piney defense. And that might be the nail in the coffin for the Cats as they turn it over. At the Big Piney 11-yard line is where they'll spot it. Big Piney sniffed that one out and had Adley wrapped up, and I think somebody just reached in and ripped the ball away.
Yeah.
Punchers take
rough.
over at their 11-yard line, 4 minutes to go in the game. Handoff Brower. He will just go off right tackle and pick up a yard maybe on 1st down. Clock runs under 3:50 to go in the game, and Big Piney will be content to huddle up and run as much time off of each play clock as they can. 2nd and 9 for the Punchers. Two tight end set for Big Piney. Backs in the eye. I believe Munoz is the deep back now for the Punchers. Barron waits for the play clock to run down. He fumbles the snap. Ball on the ground, but I believe Big Piney fell back on it. And the Cats quickly call a timeout. Big Piney keeps possession. They actually pick up a yard on that fumble. It'll be 3rd and 8. Clock stopped with 3:07 to go in the game. And Kevin, Bobcat coaches right now probably telling the defenders, we got to start ripping at the football.
Yeah, they're just saying claw, grab, whatever you got to do in there, and everything's legal until you get caught. So I mean, yeah, it's a rip, strip, all that good stuff, punch. That's the only way the Bobcats are gonna have a chance at this because they need the ball right here and deep in the field too.
Down 3 scores it's just over 3 minutes to go in the game. Crazier things have happened, but not looking good right now for the Bobcats. Both teams coming back out onto the field. I believe the Cats have one more timeout left. I'm not positive of that. I think they used one on offense earlier. Again, the two tight end set for Big Piney, backs in the eye. A little bit of an offset eye. Snap back. Barron wants to throw. Coyne coming after him, and Adley's got him inside the 10. Interesting there.
That's
Barron back to pass. Adley Coyne with the sack, and that's a substantial loss there as it takes the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Bobcats call a timeout, and now they're going to
The
probably
Cats,
pin their ears back and go after another punt here.
Cats do get the timeout. 2:50 to go. It's 4th and 13 for Big Piney. They're actually going to spot that ball at about the 8-yard line. So, yeah, I would think you're sending 10 guys after this one.
Yeah. Leave Gavin back here to field it if it gets off, and you send everybody else full bore at the kicker.
Shumway will be the deep man for the Bobcats. I'm sure Big Piney's discussing that exact scenario right now. Make sure that everybody's accounted for.
It sounds bad, but I mean, at this point, roughing the kicker doesn't really doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. You just got to go and hope you make something happen.
For the time being, Shumway will set up at about midfield. Punchers just now getting back on the field with their punt unit. And the punter will be standing in a couple yards into his end zone. Cats bring 8 to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to get the Bobcats to jump off sides.
Whistles, and Big Piney wants a timeout. I think they wanted to see how the Bobcats were going to come out and line up, I guess. Somebody might want to tell Big Piney they are up 3 scores. It's not. They're playing this like it's a one-possession game right now.
I saw the Big Piney protection man back there. I saw him clap his hands like he was trying to draw the defense off sides, and I think that was kind of what it was. I think they want to see what kind of formation the Bobcats came up with on trying to. Sorry, I can't even
Punt
talk
block.
today. Punt block. Thank you. And then, like I said, the defender trying to draw somebody offside, trying to get those 5 yards, maybe and get them out of the shadow of their goalposts here.
2:50 to go in the ball game. Big Piney leading 27-6 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. The lone Bobcat touchdown was a Gavin Shumway run from a couple yards out. Got the Cats at 13-6, and Big Piney quickly responded with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then a touchdown drive in the fourth quarter to make it 27-6. So we'll line up to do it again here on 4th down, and Big Piney acts like they're going to go for it here. They do not put a punter back. They'll pooch punt it. Barron with the kick. It'll take a Big Piney bounce out to the 45-yard line. So that's where the Cats will have it at the 45. And I guess that's the best way to negate maybe a punt rush is to just short snap to your quarterback and let him kick it away.
Yep.
2:40 to go in the ballgame. Cats will have it 1st and 10 from the Big Piney 44, and this needs to be a quick strike.
Yeah, you've just got to start chucking it deep, I think.
And you need to give Gavin the time to let that develop because it's going to take a few seconds for guys to get down the field. Cats will put trips to the left, ball on the far side hash. Duke's the lone receiver to the right. Coyne in the backfield. We'll see if he's used as an extra blocker or if he's put into the route. They'll give it off to Coyne instead, and Adley's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. 2nd and 10 Bobcats from the 44. Clock runs, 2:25 to go in the game. Give the Big Piney defense credit. They haven't, when the Cats, I think, have tried to maybe catch them off guard thinking pass, they've held their ground. 3 receivers again to the left. Snap back to Shumway. Gavin looking downfield, gets hit as he lets one go, and that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15-yard line, trying to get it to McDermott, and he was well guarded there by Barron, the quarterback, playing safety. They'll actually mark it at the 14 for whatever that's worth, but the interception gives the ball back to the Punchers on their 14-yard line. So that Bobcat drive goes 2 plays. And I believe that's the 4th Cat turnover of the game.
I believe you are correct. 3 interceptions and a fumble.
Yep. Cats are going to come out on the negative side of the turnover margin in this one. Give it to the up man, that's Howard. And the big fullback will go across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Picks up a couple. If the Cats do have a timeout in their pocket, they're not going to use it. They're going to let the clock run. It's at 1:40 to go. The only thing that could make this trip worse is if we have to go back through Jackson on the way home.
You have to check.
Somebody make sure South Pass is open. 2nd and 8 for the Punchers. Clock at 1:20 to go. Barron letting the play clock run down. Now takes the snap and again gives it to Howard, the fullback, out over the 20 to the 21. Be 3 yards shy of the first down. Big Piney will have to run one more play here. Punchers are going to solidify their spot in the playoff picture as they will move to 4-2 in conference play. The Bobcats are going to fall to 2-4 in the conference, and I'm not sure that there's any way that the Bobcats can have things work out in their favor on Friday.
Fumble.
Bobcats, McDermott with the fumble recovery as the runner got over the 25-yard line and just had the ball go flying out of his hands. McDermott in the right spot at the right time, picked the ball out of midair and returns it back to the Pinedale 29-yard line. So Big Piney with the turnover. I'm already looking ahead to Friday. 17 seconds to go in the ball game. Cats get the ball back on the Big Piney 28 is where they'll spot it after the turnover. I don't think anybody really got a helmet or a hand on the ball carrier. It just came flying out of his hands. Got a little loose with it. Cats will put trips to the left. Ball spotted on the left side hash. Shumway from the gun, back to throw. Pressure comes. That pass is going to be picked off at the 15. And the Big Piney player will take a knee at the 25. Receiver ran in on the cut, and Gavin's pass went toward the sideline, and Big Piney defender there for pretty easy pick there on that one. 5th Bobcat turnover of the game.
I think.
And Big Piney, all they've got to do here is go victory formation and kneel down with 10 seconds to go, which is exactly how they'll line up. And I guarantee you Mr. Barron will take a knee, which he does, and that's how this one's going to end. The Cats come up short this afternoon on the road. They fall to Big Piney 27-6. Post-game shows coming up. This is Cat Football, KDNO, on YouTube at WyoToday and on Facebook at KDNO.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Welcome to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. The Bobcats falling this afternoon. Conference game to Big Piney, 27-6. The loss drops Thermopolis to 2-4 in conference play. Big Piney improves to 5-2 overall, 4-2 in conference play. Overall, the Bobcats now 2-5 on the season. A game that the Cats had to have this afternoon to keep playoff hopes alive. Trailed 13-0 at the half. Kevin talked during the half that the Bobcat defense needed to come out, step up, get a stop on Big Piney to start that third quarter. They did that. They actually had the ball first and goal from the 9 after a blocked punt. Couldn't cash it in, which is sting number 1 in that second half. A couple possessions later, the Bobcats did get it first and goal from inside the Big Piney 5-yard line following an interception return followed by a a penalty on Big Piney. Gave the Cats the ball inside the 5-yard line, first and goal. Gavin Shumway ended up taking it in from 2 yards out to get the Cats on the board, 13-6. And at that point, it was game on between the Bobcats and the Punchers. For me, sting number 2 and the biggest one of all was the ensuing kickoff. Big Piney returns for a 70-yard touchdown and took it from a 7-point lead back to a 14-point lead. Big Piney never looked back from there. They added a touchdown later on in the second half to make it 27-6, and the Bobcats ended up having a couple drives that they started to move the football, never really threatened to get it into the end zone again, and then the teams trading turnovers here late in the ball game. Cats dropped the conference game, Kevin, and I don't know if I've got a question for you other than your thoughts.
Yeah, just like you said, the Bobcats got the stop they needed and then just couldn't convert. We've kind of talked about that a lot this year, not capitalizing on some of those short fields that they get. And then I'm looking over the stats, and Big Piney scores on a kickoff return, and on top of that, they also run almost 20 more plays than the Bobcats do. So you lose the turnover battle, You let them run 20 more plays than you, and you give up a special teams touchdown, and all of that is a recipe for a disaster, and that's exactly kind of what happened to the Bobcats.
And other than, the Bobcats did have a positive on special teams with that block punt. They gave them 1st and goal from the 9 that they didn't cash in on. But then other than that, special teams-wise, Big Piney really the better special teams team today. Bobcats had at least 3 drives that started inside their 15-yard line off of kickoffs today.
Yeah, the kickoff return didn't look great either for the Bobcats. I mean, they kept kicking the ball down inside the 10, and the Bobcats weren't sure if they wanted to field it or chance it by letting it see if it rolls into the end zone or out of bounds. And none of the kicks did any of those, and the Bobcats ended up scrambling and grabbing a football on their own 4 or 5 yard line and trying to get something going, and just not good field position for them. So yeah, special teams definitely a big part of today.
Bobcats, as I mentioned, now 2-4 in conference play, and 1 game remaining on the schedule here this Friday. It'll be senior night at Leroy Hayes Field as the Cats take on Pinedale. We'll take a timeout, come back and talk with head coach Matt McPhee. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show. KDNO back after this timeout.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats falling this afternoon 27-6 to Big Piney. We're joined by Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee, and I'll get your thoughts on this one, but I just want to throw out what I had mentioned to Kevin during our last segment. To me, everything in this game kind of changed there in that third quarter after you got the touchdown to get back into it. They returned the ensuing kickoff back 70 yards, and it just seemed like the momentum you had generated in that touchdown kind of went away in one return.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know this game's a game of momentum, and we felt good. I thought, we came out at half. We had a good plan. I thought coming out defensively we'd get a stop, block a punt. Unfortunately, don't kick it in right away, but then get the long pick and return and are able to punch it in. And, yeah, you said it, Donnie. I mean, they answered. They answered with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and it's life. It's the way it goes. You get punched in the gut, and I think at some of them you get back up quicker from than others. And that's a good football team, and they answered, and we didn't have an answer after that.
And kind of another big difference we noticed was that obviously they did some scouting and realized that Adley Coyne could run the football, and their defensive linemen took notice of that too, and they seemed to kind of control that line up front today, and just kind of a little bit of difference from what we saw on Friday, and obviously you're missing having Rhodey out there, one more offensive option, kind of shorten. I don't know if it shortens up that playbook. You guys have interchangeable parts, we know that, but I think you're definitely missing kind of that little extra spark out of Rhodey maybe in the backfield too.
Yeah. I mean, we're missing the third leading rusher in 2A, and not only that, I mean, we missed him on defense, and but we've got a young man who obviously we're going to put his health first, and we missed him today. They did a good job. They did a good job on Adley. I think more, and it was up front on the front four, in the front four. We talked about it Friday, and the success we had was a lot because of the guys in the trenches. And today, not only did they do that, they put a spy, they put a linebacker on them, and they scraped. They had a good plan, and but again, we saw it unfold in front of us. We struggled to get to our assignments, and sometimes that's X's and O's, and sometimes that's just effort and juice. And I thought, most of the night or the afternoon or whatever the heck it is right now, they won that battle.
Get a short time to think about this one. One more game on the schedule this week as you return home. You take on Pinedale. Final game of the regular season. It's also senior night, and that's always, I know as a coach, senior night is always kind of a special night for you, especially when you've seen kids come through your program and be a part of it for as long as you have.
It is, and we've got a great group of seniors. We've got a great group that have been dedicated, and we'll honor these guys on Friday, and we've got 2 short days. We just talked to them, and we said, we've got one choice. We move forward. We got 2 days to prepare for Pinedale. Here they come, and we get a chance to reflect for a minute before the game on Friday, and choose to go out and win a battle as Pinedale comes into town. But we'll miss these guys. We'll miss those seniors, and bittersweet talking about it right now after obviously a disappointing loss, but 9 great young men that we'll miss and we'll honor on that night.
Pride of Big Piney, Boone Bowker, coach down there. You gonna let him ride home on the bus tonight, or are you gonna leave him here?
Well, we didn't tell too many people, but we on our travel plans, our itinerary, we actually came in a half hour early because he wanted to take some pictures. They've got a statue here for Coach Bowker. It's on the west side of town as you're coming in on Highway 261. It's a great statue. I don't know if that's bronze or copper, but either way, it looks like it's weathered well over the years, just like Coach Bowker has.
Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes. Safe travels going home. We'll talk with you Friday night. Bobcat head coach Matt McPhee will take a timeout, come back. Kevin will have final game numbers. It's the Click It or Ticket postgame show, KDNO, back after this timeout.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Welcome back to the Click It or Ticket postgame show. Bobcats on the short end of a 27-6 game here against Big Piney this afternoon with the final game numbers. Here's Kevin.
All right, your Big Piney Punchers. Barron tonight, 7 rushes, negative 13 yards. He did have a rushing touchdown today. 5 for 14 through the air, 75 yards. No touchdowns for him, but he did throw 1 pick. Rushing the ball, Brower was your main ball carrier. 23 carries, 107 yards, no catches for him. Alongside him in the backfield, Bell, 8 carries, 41 yards, as well as a catch for 28. Howard rushed the ball 7 times for 29 yards and a touchdown, no catches for him. Petty, 1 carry for 2 yards, but he also contributed 2 catches for 24. Walton caught the ball 1 time for 24 yards, and Munoz, 4 carries, 53 yards and a touchdown. And Gurr, 1 carry for 11 yards. Totals for the Big Piney Punchers tonight, 231 yards on the ground, 75 through the air for a total of 306 yards of offense. Let's look over at your Thermopolis Bobcats. Gavin Shumway tonight, 7 carries for 71 yards and a touchdown. Struggling tonight through the air, 8 for 16, 92 yards, and 4 picks tonight. Eli McCumber, 1 rushing attempt for 6 yards. He did catch the ball 6 times for 85 yards. Adley Coyne, 22 carries, 61 yards, and a fumble. And he did attempt 1 pass that did fall incomplete. He did catch the ball 1 time as well tonight for no gain. And then Wyatt McDermott had 1 catch for 7 yards. Offensively, Bobcats, 92 yards through the air, 138 on the ground for a total of 230 yards of total offense on 47 plays. And those are your Thermopolis Eye Care. Look at the stats.
Thank you, Kevin. And while we got you here, we'll go right into our P6 station player of the game.
We talked a little bit about that, and we're going to go defensive tonight. A player that we didn't really hear his name in the first half came out of the second half firing, and we're going to give it to Carson Williams for contributing on the defense tonight. Had some quarterback pressures and a sack. Was kind of flying around the football and made some tackles. So Carson Williams is your P6 player of the game.
Thank you, Kevin. I want to remind everybody that we will be back on the air Friday afternoon as the Cats return home for the final game of the regular season. It's also senior night for not only the Bobcat football players. I think they're also going to recognize golf, cross country, I believe, and maybe even cheerleaders. I'm not sure. I can't remember all the list of seniors that they're recognizing, but it's more than just football players. on Friday at Leroy Hayes Field as the Bobcats host the Pinedale Wranglers. 5 o'clock kickoff. Kevin and I will be on the air at about 4:30 with the Gotchi Rehab pregame show. And before we sign off, Kevin, any final thoughts on this one?
We talk about the last game of the season. Well, I'm fortunate. We're fortunate it's a home for the seniors to get to play their last game at home. So I encourage anybody listening, as much as we like to have our ego stroked every now and then, that you listen to us on the radio or follow us online. I encourage everybody in Thermopolis to get down to the stadium and cheer on those seniors in their last home football game.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I want to thank everybody back in Riverton for running things for us, Rusty, Kirk, and the gang. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you to our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible for you as well. Appreciate their sponsorship and support of Bobcat Athletics. Once again, final score here from Big Piney. It was the Big Piney Punchers 27, Thermopolis Bobcats 6. You've been listening to Bobcat Football 1017 KDNO on Facebook at the KDNO Facebook page and on YouTube at WyoToday. Have a great afternoon, a great week, and we'll talk with you Friday.